Frankie! Yay! Apocalypse!
Hey, hello, welcome back, everybody, with my microphone cooperating this time. Welcome to episode 2 of Tomorrow is Dead. Um, we'll again, just like last time, I have no idea what's happening because you're seeing this in the future, so I have no idea what's going on right now. So, there are probably announcements, but you aren't gonna get them here. Anyway,
Roll it.
so yeah, we don't have too much preamble getting into this one as we did most of that last time. So I think um, we can, unless anybody has any specific things they want to talk about right now at the top of this episode. No? Okay, that's fine. We can, yeah, exactly. It's hard to talk about things that you don't know you don't know what's going on in a couple months. So
I was just kind of reminded that I drew a picture of Casey drowning in the evil coffee cup. And
I was thinking about that this morning.
I forgot about it until I opened up my notebook.
I was thinking about that this morning.
If this is coming out in October, my stream anniversary is coming up. That's the only thing I know that'll be happening.
Hey, there you go. That's right.
There you go.
Thank
Thank you. 3 years.
Hell yeah.
Nice.
Mm.
So if it's around that time, stay tuned to my Twitter and my Discord for when that's gonna happen.
Yeah.
And my Twitch. I don't know at this point, but that'll happen around this time.
Amazing. All right. Well, shall we? Shall we get started? I realized that there were I'm so stuck in the format of the live stream that I'm just we have to go live and do our preamble and pre-show announcements, and then I get here and realize there aren't any. We could have just gone straight into the title sequence. Anyway,
No, we have nothing. You will know what's going on more than we do right now.
Yes, exactly. You have a better idea of what's going on than this version of us. So, congratulations. All right, let's get this started before we keep doing this the rest of the time.
No, keep going.
And welcome back, everybody. All right. So, last time introduced us to our cast of teens here, Maisel, Kit, Gabby, and Frankie, as they returned out of the mountains from a post graduation camping trip / hiking trip / road trip. Only to find that the world had been drastically altered in their absence. The sudden arrival of zombies in their midst caused them to sort of reevaluate what they were going to be doing in the immediate future. At the end of the episode, they'd kind of come up with a plan, sort of, to go and resupply at the next largest town, so that they would be prepared to go find their friend Casey, who was supposed to come meet them on this trip, but never did. And now it's maybe growing more apparent as to why. But yeah, so let's jump back in. We're going to pass a little bit of time here, as when we left off, y'all were driving down the highway, headed towards the next largest town, to basically find any kind of super center or sporting goods store or anything where you could find any supplies. Given that at the end of this couple week long trip, you're kind of running low on your food stocks. So, not to mention the sudden new need for weapons and things to protect yourselves with. We're going to jump ahead a little bit. When we left off, it was sort of moving towards late afternoon. By the time I think you reach the next town, it's definitely getting like the sun is fully creeping down, is now kind of touching the horizon as you all kind of make your way towards the next town. As it comes up, you can see the sign on. You're starting to pass signs like for the exits um, that are leading to the town. Um, um, so, as you are um, pulling up, you crest the latest ridge, kind of the latest hill, putting you sort of in a position to be able to look down into kind of this small valley where you do see the town, and it is very much like if any of you have ever seen Phoenix from the air, it's
Mm-hmm.
like just
Yeah.
nothing, 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 town, nothing, 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 right? That is basically what you're looking at here, where it's just fully like plains and kind of scrubland, and then there is a town, a city. There's very little in the way of outskirts. It just sort of happens all of a sudden, where you can see the your exit coming up even from here. But in this moment, you take a second to sort of, um, given that there's no traffic, you take a second to just sort of park and take in the sight of the city ahead of you. From where you can already see sort of where there are plumes of black smoke rising from certain parts of the city, indicating that some of the city is still on fire. Um, it doesn't look like this place is in a lot better shape than the small bump in the road town you left behind a few hours ago. Um, But even from here, you can see the massive billboards and signs for various superstores and sporting goods places and things like that. That said, even from here, you can see small groups of wandering figures that don't appear to be among the living. Even this far, a couple miles out. So
Nope.
I'll say actually it's closer to about like maybe it's probably not a couple miles, probably closer to about half a mile out that you can kind of like see this all in front of you. So, um, car sort of idling on top of this hill. Um, you all take in the city. What are you doing?
I take another
Check.
short break from. Oh, go ahead.
I was just gonna say, I checked the gas tank to see where we're at on
Yeah.
fuel.
Yeah, by this point you're starting to creep towards about a quarter.
Oh.
It's there were a few places along the road where you had to sort of like slow down, kind of maneuver around other wrecks that you were seeing,
Mm-hmm.
things like that, and that kind of like constant slowing down, speeding up, that takes a toll on your mileage after a while.
It
So I
looks like
took
it's
a bit of a break from the stress dialing of 911
Hmm.
to try to look for, because technology, Google Maps, to see what stores might be close by down there.
Sure. Um,
We can try to plot out
The
our
best
approach a little
course.
bit. Yeah.
yeah. There's I mean you right away you're spotting like there's a major sporting goods stores known as Trackers. Um and that's kind of like one of the big kind of main ones. There are several like super stores. Um and yeah, but there's a whole lot of places around. I mean, it's not it's not like a big city, not any sort of major metropolitan area, but we're talking like probably similar to your hometowns, your hometown, about like maybe population of like 20,000 or so. So it's not like huge at all by any stretch, but there's gonna be stuff there.
Some like smaller franchise type
Yeah.
of chain.
Yeah.
Like the mom and pop kind of feel. Like is there Milton's?
Yeah, there would be.
Okay.
Hmm. Yeah. But yeah.
So do we want to get like food first, or like equipment? Do we need gear? What do we want to get? And is money going to be a thing? Or did I think we talked about this a little bit last time.
I
don't really have
know.
money, guys. I have like maybe $20, but
I mean, we've got some, but the fact that the city's on fire.
least of our worries then. We'll comp
Maybe
it
just
as
like
saviors
getting
of
inside,
humanity.
like not out and about with the groups of
Yeah.
we
Try to avoid as many as possible, for sure.
So
Yeah. Okay, we need food, gas, equipment,
Yeah. Yep.
weapons. Those are the 4 categories. Ooh, health stuff, like first aid and things like that.
Yeah, I kind of bundled up. I made a list. I bundled up the weapons under equipment with the first aid kind of on
Okay.
the side of that as well.
Okay. Sweet.
Christy made a list.
What do you got on the list, Frankie?
Well, okay, so I think we kind of talked about it last time, but I think what we'll need is to hopefully get some food, preferably canned or dehydrated type, like camping food. I like the food I brought on the camp. Yeah.
Mhm.
And I think we'll definitely need some first aid, not just band-aids though. We're gonna want gauze and wraps, things to deal with major bleeding, just in case we come across trouble. And we're gonna want some other little things like maybe some water purification, maybe some water storage, so we can fill up on water and have water containers. And then we'll want some maybe some duct tape would be nice, and some zip ties. I have an idea for making something. And you just see Frankie with a little smile. I really want to make a spear.
Okay. Out of what?
Probably like some kind of long piece of hardwood and a knife, and then just zip tie the knife to the end for some distance, so you don't have to get close to them.
That's a good idea.
Yeah,
So we've
most
got a
of this stuff
traffic
in
cone and 2 squeegees, and then we're gonna use a knife and yeah,
just find
guys,
a
we
broom. We'll
totally
find a
have this
broom
handled.
somewhere.
If we store that actually has weapons, that would be great.
So sporting goods, camping stuff.
Camping stuff, sporting goods.
There should be a cart
Okay.
somewhere.
Yeah.
Something to keep in mind that would be very apparent to all of you is that right now the sun is not down, but it is going down very quickly. You probably have time to hit one thing before the sun goes down if you are efficient.
Milton's Food and Stuff. We can get most of our stuff there. Or the sporting goods store. Because we can get camping food there too, right? Do we still... Now, when we were camping, I imagine that we probably heated up food, cooked over like a campfire, but did we have, those little, like the ultralight backpacking kind of things, like with the little frame and the gas canisters?
Like the little camping stoves?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Would we have had some of those?
Yeah, probably, but I sort of think that you're running low on the fuel for it.
Yeah.
Do we need to go somewhere we can pick up more fuel? Because maybe the outdoor sporting goods store might be the best bet.
I think it might be the best bet for all of the different things that we need.
Plus explosives. We can use those.
Ooh.
Right? Right? When you're
yeah.
playing Gone for Dead, you've gotta have like stuff that goes boom, right? I'm trying not to say the actual names, right? I don't know. Is copyright gonna be a thing? I don't know.
Probably not.
Right for Dead.
Oh my gosh.
And then we can go to Up and Down Burgers and McDougal's.
Did you write all of these down?
Only Up and Down Burgers.
I like that.
That's amazing.
You can get Grizzly style burgers there.
Oh my gosh.
Amazing. Okay.
Sleep deprivation.
You're doing great.
Incredible.
Well done. Okay. All right. Let's go to the camping goods store that should have probably that has the most variety, I think, of things there.
And maybe like, yeah. Oh, yeah. No. You're driving. So.
Well, did you have another idea?
No, nope.
Do you want to drive?
No, not at all. Thanks.
Okay, cool. I'll keep driving then. Whew, all right.
You're doing good.
Thank you.
Thanks for driving us.
Just let me know if you want to switch up at any point.
Yeah. Maybe I did okay as a getaway driver, but I feel like there could be someone better for that job. We'll find out. But for now, focus on what's in front of us. Camping goods store. And also the burning town. But that's secondary? Primary? We'll figure it out.
We need gear. We need gear, or else we can't do anything. We can't go into a fight empty-handed. We need something, or else we're no good.
Fight at all, to be fair, but
it would be great not to fight. Yeah, it'd be great just to run.
Yeah,
just in case. We can't go into this and imagine that we'll be lucky enough to not have to fight or defend ourselves against anything. Right?
True.
We have to be prepared. Otherwise, we're going in blind and squishy and defenseless and no armor and I don't need to say anything.
Yeah.
Armor, good.
Yeah.
The new thing on the list.
Got it.
Gotta raise our ACs, right?
That's right.
All right. Let's go.
Okay.
Adventure Mobile.
Adventure Mobile!
Frankie sticks his head out, half his body out of the roof, the sunroof with the binoculars, just to kind of keep a lookout.
Nice.
So
As we approach.
just so that we're clear, because I need to get a good picture in my head. So Maisel is driving. Who's in the passenger seat?
I think I was in shotgun.
Okay.
I think you were. Because
Yeah.
I was like behind the
so
passenger.
just to be clear, Frankie is like kneeling down on the like center console and like sticking his head. Cool, excellent. I love this. Okay. All right. So, with that, you all take the exit to Richson, which is the name of this smallish town, and you drive kind of slowly along, kind of trying to make sure that you aren't drawing more attention to yourselves than absolutely necessary. You see plenty of the dead walking around as you are like coming into town. Several of them sort of turning towards the vehicle as it passes by. Very few of them able to reach you. The ones who can, basically, like you can hear like their hands kind of like hitting the side of the vehicle as like you pass by them, but obviously none of them able to like gain purchase or anything like that. Kind of leaving them behind you as they sort of turn and kind of shuffling after the vehicle. But you manage to avoid, for the most part, at least on this side of town, the sort of larger roving groups that you saw from a distance. You can
Holding on to that traffic cone for dear life.
Yeah, you can see them though, kind of somewhat distantly. I'm gonna have you know what, Maisel, I'm gonna have you make a brains roll for me real quick. What you're gonna need here is
First roll.
you're gonna need a 14.
Okay.
Mm.
Okay, got an 8. Okay.
Okay.
Oh, oh. Ah. 10.
10.
Are there assisted
10.
rolls in this?
Oh yeah, absolutely. You can
I got 10.
How do we assist?
you can assist by adversity tokens, spending adversity tokens to bump each adversity tokens bumps it up by 1. So
How many do you need?
4.
I think I only have 3.
Uh-huh.
I mean, you can collectively spend if you
We
want.
could collectively, if we want to know what Lucas is trying to tell us, we could each spend 1.
You
I
can.
know, I've got
You
a
also
big old
don't
0.
have to.
Oh, we also don't have. We could also just not know.
That's true.
I have 0. Sorry, I have
Okay.
nothing.
You can spend 1, but I'm
It
fine
won't
either
be
way.
Close enough.
Hmm.
I'm sorry. I think I might actually want to. If we don't have enough to
Yeah.
pool together, I'd rather save them for when we're
Sure.
in the store.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
Maisel, you can
Absolutely.
see as you kind of like as you are driving into the kind of the outer limits of the town, you can kind of see one of the roving bands of these creatures, probably another like quarter of a mile away from you, kind of on moving through some of the side streets that you can start to see from over here. They all appear to be moving in the same direction, but it's not clear why. But there's a at a guess in the low kind of fading light, you'd say there'd have to be at least 70 or so of them, all kind of like moving together in a cluster. But before you have much time to really think about it or register it, you have like passed by where you can see them, and moving into the town. If you thought the previous town was congested with accidents and abandoned vehicles, this place is so much worse. Richson's streets are just nearly impassable with the vehicle wreckage, and that makes it sound way more dramatic than it is. Mostly like the kind of like fender benders that are like, you have like the front side like wheel well bent into the tire, or like hit into a light post that sort of like the car sort of bent around, stuff like that. So nothing dramatic like what you saw on the highway, but just enough that the vehicles would have had to have been abandoned basically. And you see evidence even from here, looking further into the town, of places where vehicles were abandoned in the middle of full-on gridlock. So like it's bad here. As you can tell easily that the further in you get, the more difficult it will be to maneuver with a vehicle. Luckily, Tracker's sporting goods store is not close to city center. It is somewhat on this side of town. Even still, you're not sure you're going to be able to get there the whole way with the van.
Okay. I think.
How many? Go ahead.
Yeah. How many blocks are how close can we feasibly get before we have to get out and walk?
You can. This might be a good opportunity for another flight roll here. That's I think a
Okay.
good way of determining this.
right.
You're gonna need a 10 on this one.
Nope.
Okay. So
3.
go ahead and make sure you take adversity tokens for both of those rolls that you just made.
Yep.
So
I'm racking them up.
okay. So you probably get somewhere in the vicinity of like maybe 5 blocks from the place before you have to like you realize it's just like you actually do like the vehicle like the van at one point you're like okay I think I can make it through there and then you hear that like you feel the bump and the sort of scraping sound as you're like and you like stop
The bad
Oh,
sound.
ooh,
Oh, my
nails on a
parents aren't gonna be.
chalkboard. Don't. Oh,
My parents aren't
That's
Did
gonna
any
be
of the
happy.
zombies take notice?
Hmm?
I'm looking out the window. My
um
eyes are like glued to the window.
there's maybe
Yeah,
like
yeah, yeah.
yeah, there's not too many in this immediate area, but you do see one sort of who was sort of like walking, sort of stumbling, kind of like slightly turn in your direction. Um, but there's still it's more like a slight turn, less like actively coming in your direction.
We might be able to sneak past.
think so. I think that whispering, but not in real life because the mic. I think that we'll probably be better on foot. We'll be sneakier this way. Honestly,
Yeah.
we're less of I mean, there's less protection between things outside. There's not a metal box, but we'll be a smaller target and we'll be quieter.
And
Uh,
quicker. And be able to
well,
dodge easier.
So
Presumably.
what are we gonna bring with us, and what's staying in the van then?
I'd say we should probably keep most things that aren't weapons in the van. I hopefully we'll be able to come. We have to be able to come back because all of our stuff's here. I don't think we can take everything, but if you want to, just we could bring our backpacks just to start like filling shit up.
We
Yeah.
need something to stuff up and maybe I don't know swing at a zombie.
Too. What else can we fashion into weapons? What do you got, Frankie?
like right this very second,
We'll just
or
wait.
when?
Yeah, what we have, like, what do we have in the car that we can fashion into weapons to get us to the store?
Oh, can I scan the car and kind of look for look for things?
Yeah. Um.
Like, okay, I'm gonna say one thing actually. No, is there a roll that can be made here actually?
Well, what
Because of
I mean, go ahead and whatever. What were you thinking?
she just thought of like tire iron.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that's a good idea.
Yeah. There's
Yeah.
probably yeah. There's almost certainly a tire iron in here for sure. Um. Yeah. I mean, y'all were just camping, so like
Yeah.
We've got some. We must have like stakes for the tents.
yep.
Because we need that
Oh.
kind of stuff. We probably have
Probably a
some
hammer
sort of like
too
little
for
mallet.
that.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
I want to see if I can rip off one of these seat belts.
Ooh.
'Cause there's that
I
little
could-
metal bit on
I
the
could
end,
help
and
you.
can like help me rip
'Cause
off some of these seat belts because that's range.
I literally like I wanted to say this whole time everybody's been talking. Kid's just been sitting there like flicking her knife open and like closing it and then flicking it open and closing it again, like fidgeting with it.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I can totally like use my pocket knife to
Oh yeah.
cut some
you
seatbelts
can.
for you.
All right.
Cut some zombies, zombs. I can't speak.
All right. Yeah. Y'all kind of gather up some of the stuff that you have available to you. Maybe also like emptying some bags wouldn't be a bad idea so that you have some like something to carry stuff in.
Absolutely, just like over the back of
Yeah.
the back seat, like dumping shit out into the back, just like throwing empty bags forward.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. So I
I'm
will
gonna
say
keep my binoculars.
I'll say that you're probably able to I think what makes sense is for you to have like one like backpack fully emptied and one like day kind of hiking pack emptied.
Mhm.
Because you don't want to like unpack all of your shit, you know,
Yeah.
for like everybody's backpacks. That's maybe like excessive, but yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I'm sure we've got tarp in there too that we can like kind of roll other things up in. Should we should we bring like one of the tarp things with us? Tarp and rope and stuff like that.
To do
I
what
don't know
with?
if-
Rope, maybe.
rope might be helpful.
Rope.
I
rope.
don't know if I don't. I kind of had a thought, and I don't know if it would work on these zombies at all. But they're not very smart, right?
Oh.
So if we maybe like shuffle underneath or use like tarp to obscure what we look like, would that be a thing as we go along? I don't know if that would be more hassle than it's worth, or
It's
mean-
like,
Wait.
is it smell? Is it sound? Like, what makes them find us? You know?
we'll find out for science, I guess. I don't know.
The tarp might be a little loud.
That
Yeah,
might be loud. No, that's too much. Okay.
that would be loud, and we also wouldn't be able to see them coming.
Yeah. Okay. Nope. Let's
Not
go.
that that's
But-
not an interesting idea. I just think that our best advantage is to be able to see them coming rather than be surprised.
And on that note, it is getting rapidly darker.
Okay.
Let's go.
And it's
Let's
time to get going.
Flashlights. Flashlights. Okay.
We have
Not on yet, but
Okay.
bring.
Just to have them in the.
Yes.
Okay.
I'm
We have
almost guaranteed.
flashlights.
I'm sorry. I have to say this because I know who Freeman is as a person. I guarantee you Frankie brought a mag light. Like,
Or a
Yes.
headlamp.
yeah.
Oh my
Headlamps are
god!
the shit.
Yes.
I was afraid to ask if we were gonna have headlamps because like that's cheating.
I was afraid to ask too, but here's
That's
the
like a
thing,
very
we went
common thing
camping.
that, yeah, exactly. Campers
It
have
is.
those things.
So what would we have on a camping trip? Probably a headlamp so you can like fiddle around with your tent equipment at night, you
Mhm.
know? So probably Frankie has like a headlamp.
That's true. You
Oh,
do have
yeah.
you do have
That's right, we're in-
phone lights.
That's right.
Yep.
We're in modern times. I keep thinking we're in the 70s. I don't know.
In all
We can
honesty,
also have headlamps. Hey, I mean, these will die. These
have
phones will
headlamps,
die
too.
eventually. We can also have headlamps, but we're just in the car for a long time. Our phones are definitely charged.
Uh,
True.
I'm bringing the radio too. The walkie-talkie.
That's a great idea.
okay,
Good.
sounds good. All right. So,
Walkie-talkies, obviously.
with your loadout prepared, y'all take a moment, and take a deep breath, and you open the doors and step out of the van. It's a
Close the van as quietly as
Yeah.
possible.
It is a couple years ago, and you are Frankie. You are sort of standing in the hallway at school as the like sort of hustle and bustle of like in between classes is going, and you're just sort of like at your locker, grabbing your stuff in between class. And you're sort of listening to Gabby talk about her idea, her scheme, as like students kind of like pass by, sort of not paying any of you any mind as they often do. Yeah, Gabby.
Okay. So, what if we find ways to put this, if we just put this in the MREs that they have? Because they're getting ready for this like field exercise, right? It's gonna be hilarious. They don't have enough toilets out there. Just if you do it like this, they won't know, and you can make it look like you're resealing it. If you just heat it up. Yeah, like just like that. See? It's perfect. They won't be able to focus on anything else while they're out there. Trust me.
I guess.
They gave this to my uncle when he was constipated, and it like clears up those pipes.
Oh, really? Seems really risky.
No. Oh, I thought you were overhearing.
Oh, am I
Were you part of the
overhearing?
conversation?
Oh yeah, no,
Right,
sorry.
we-
I was saying you were talking. I thought you were talking to Yeah. Speaking with Frank,
Okay.
with
I
Frankie.
didn't know if
Yeah.
it was okay. I thought it was like Frankie overhearing me if I'm scheming with someone
No, no,
else.
no. Sorry.
Then I'm
I meant.
hot.
Sorry.
Okay.
I meant you are speaking to Frankie.
Okay. Come on, wouldn't it be funny? Those guys are such assholes.
Yeah, well,
They think they're the coolest people in school, and they're all just so uptight. And come on, wouldn't it be
yeah,
funny to just mess with them just a little bit?
I admit that I really am tempted. I just don't want to risk my chance, you know?
They won't know it's you,
Uh,
okay? There'd be
okay.
no way.
I mean, it sounds like a lot of fun. Yeah,
You know Ricky's
they annoy
leading in
me.
class, and Mo
Wow.
stole Johnny's lunch last week. They're just a bunch of bullies. Just because they're walking around those stupid, dumb uniforms, no offense. They think they can get away with stuff.
At this point, Frankie, you kind of like glance down like the hallway a little bit to where you can see the other JROTC members just sort of like clustered around Mo's locker, laughing about something. You're not sure, but um, uh, yeah, you can see one of them as they're doing this, like some poor little freshman like who is like nose in a book like bumps into one of them, um, and you see one of them turns just like, "Hey, watch where you're going," and just like shoves him. And the poor little freshman just sort of like goes like stumbling like down, kind of into the middle of the hallway, and just like books scattered everywhere. Just yeah.
Frankie, you're seeing this, right? Why would you even want to be one of them?
I, I need to I need to get out of here. I can't pay for college.
I mean, there's gotta be other ways, right? Are you gonna become a douche nozzle like those guys?
No, I really don't. I really don't like the idea of that. I don't think that's gonna happen. They're not all, like that,
Okay.
but
You know what? Forget about it. Don't worry about it. Nothing's gonna happen. I just walk over and I try to help that freshman.
Yeah. As you're going that way, you pass the like group of JROTC people as they come. One of them was like, "Hey, Frankie, you're coming with us after school, right? We're all going to Mo's uncle's diner afterwards."
yep.
And you see
Just
Mo is like, don't waste your time with Frankie. He's got nerd club.
And I'm just like glaring at you because I've walked past them and I hear them asking you, and I'm just waiting to see what you say.
oh, yeah. I mean, maybe next time.
All right, whatever, man.
Maybe if you were a nerd club, you wouldn't have to cheat on your tests.
You just
I say without looking at them.
yeah. They like only like one or two of them kind of like glance back to, but like it's already too like they don't exactly know where it came from, and they're just like, all right, man, see you around, and they just keep going.
I kind of check my. I kind of like look at my locker and just like, and then like I look at my locker to see if anyone messed with it.
Um, yeah, no, everything's in order. As you look in your locker, you can see like neatly arranged your school books, um, papers. There's sort of on the inside of the locker. There's like one of Casey's posters for D&D Club, um, and right next or right below it, you can see like the like basically the like ad page, like the poster for like the JROTC program, um, and yeah, um,
Want to to try to take something from his locker while we were talking.
Okay.
And because it was open there.
Sure.
And hope that he didn't notice.
Absolutely.
Because I know Frankie's trusted. And
Mm-hmm.
you know, we're not freshmen anymore, and if it comes to like cadet rank, then you've got like responsibility, right? So I wanted to see if he had a key to the supply room like some of the cadets do. If you're like a supply officer or like in charge of gear, like Frankie probably would be. And I wanted to play it off earlier like I wasn't going to do anything, but I want that key.
Okay.
I love this.
I want that key.
Frankie's being a coward. And I think these guys need to go down. But I'm not going to involve him because out of respect and friendship, I guess you're a freaking wimp.
I think honestly, this genuinely to me feels like a fight roll.
Oh no! Oh wait, no, I think I'm okay at fight.
Yeah.
Pettiness.
I want you to be okay.
Yeah,
I want you to win this.
I'm gonna need an 8.
For your support.
You're gonna need an 8 on this. Yeah.
Okay. I will spend adversity points on this one.
Oh my god.
That has no bearing.
You have a +1 to fight because you're a team.
Yep.
I got a 10.
Hell yeah.
Ooh.
So like as you see Frankie close his locker and just sort of like take one last look at you, Gabby, and walk away, you look down at your hand where you can see the key the supply key that you stole from Frankie's locker. And you head off in the other direction as the bell rings. Back to now.
The rest is history.
You all are y'all are walking down a very eerie streetscape. It's one thing driving through and kind of like abandoned streets, but walking through them is a totally different thing. You see basically like excuse me, sorry. You see basically as you are walking the signs of what must have been a very panicked and chaotic attempt to leave the city. You an ultimately doomed attempt to leave the city, as what seems for most of this. As you walk along, it's not, you realize it's a much more visceral experience walking through this than it is driving through it, because as you are walking, you notice things you might not have noticed in the van, such as a vehicle that is sort of slammed into the one in front of it. You can see the kind of crumpled hood and broken window, but broken driver's side window. But what you see also is the sort of crimson sort of rusting stains that are sort of like lead all the way down the passenger side door or the driver's side door. You can see that the glass from the window shattered inwards, not outwards. And like constant sort of like moments like that, seeing all these things. You even notice moments as you're walking down the street where you can see some of the dead. You can see some of them that are no longer walking around. Whether they were, whether it was an incidental killing of this thing, or somebody knew what they were doing. Either way, you can see them scattered from time to time. The road itself, littered with vehicles, but like to the point where sometimes you even find yourselves having to climb over hoods of vehicles that are fully obscuring or obstructing the roadway, or forced to go out of your way to circumvent them. But before too long, you find yourselves on the kind of like main drag right in front of the sporting goods store, kind of on the other side of the median. Um, you can see the large sign with the that just says Tracker's Sporting Goods Store, with the logo of like footprints in mud. Um, and you can see sort of like the kind of like large storefront windows in front of you. The thing that you notice first, however, is the fact that at least two of those windows are fully gone.
Oh, how so?
Looks like
what
shattered. From
someone went...
from this far from the street, you can't tell if they were shattered inward or outward, but
Ah,
yeah.
okay, that's good. That's good.
That's what I want to know.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
As clear this camera up, sorry.
Yeah, at this point, the day has sort of been relegated to sort of a rapidly dimming twilight.
As we've been walking around, or walking through carefully, sneakily, quietly, we haven't passed directly or close enough to any zombies.
No, I mean you've seen them.
We're circumnavigating.
Yeah, you've seen them kind of like walking around, but mostly you've been able to kind of crouch behind cars and or whenever you got too close to them. Every once in a while, there are sort of distant sounds that are sort of unidentifiable, like rumbling sounds or like a crash every once in a while. And you have noticed that when that happens, any of the zombies who are walking around will turn towards the sound, and begin walking in that direction.
Good to know. Attracted by noises. Got it.
Write that down.
Oh, that gives me an idea. Writing an idea down.
Okay, so we made it this far.
Or are we ready to go in?
Yeah, I think so. We've made it this far. We're very close.
And here I left behind that membership card. Dang. Who am I kidding? Frankie would have the membership card to the store.
Yeah. I don't think we'll need it, though.
I don't think we'll need it. I really don't think so.
In fact, I might have it here. I might leave it.
You know what? It was a joke, guys. It was a joke. I'm just, humor. Ha! End of the world. Ha! And I start walking towards the door.
Oh.
Do you want to... I'm going to, like, put my hand on Frankie's shoulder. Do you want to, like, split up the list and, like, give us all stuff to...
Yeah, that's probably
Not
for the
splitting
best.
the party, though, right?
Well,
if we don't...
Like 2 and 2, though. Not like... Okay.
Buddy system.
We know how this works in D&D, guys.
Yes. No. Buddy system at the least.
Okay.
Yeah. Who wants to get food and first aid stuff, and who wants to get other, like, weapons, anything that can be a weapons plus other accessories? Does that seem like a good way to divide this list? I'm just kind of making it up as I go. I don't know.
I think that who all has a weapon right now? Something that they can defend themselves with.
Higher iron?
I think we all do.
We all have something. Okay.
You'll have
the people who can defend themselves a little bit more effectively now should probably be the ones to go get food, and the others get weapons, maybe, or whoever can carry enough stuff to then. Otherwise, like, a couple people might not be as well defended.
I don't have a lot of weapons. I'm also not very good at defending myself, so either way.
Do you want the traffic cone? I've got the seatbelt thing.
I can take the traffic cone.
Okay. It's making my hands sweaty anyway. I'm sorry. There's sweat on it. I'm sorry.
Okay.
I think it's probably one of the ones that's like the sort of more cylindrical ones, you know, like that are about like that big
Oh,
around.
yeah.
Yeah.
Okay,
Okay.
good. They're
This
not like
for-
the
That's very
they're not-
kind of you.
They're not the actual cones that are
Well,
like
those are the ones
I
that
was thinking like the orange wizard
Well,
hat
like
cone.
those are the ones that I typically see at like a gas station anyway. It's like the
Yeah.
ones that are like that big around, right? Like those are, and they'll
Yeah.
have like they have like the ribbon between them, you know, like so, you know.
Okay. All right.
That
Good.
makes more
That's
sense.
so much. That's much more usable.
I was imagining like the one
I
you
was
shout
imagining-
through. Yeah.
Yeah. I was
That's
imagining
how I
that
was
too.
holding it. Like,
Oh, you could
Yeah,
just
or-
sneak up behind the zombie and just put it over its head and just run away.
Head.
like Skyrim with buckets.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Put the
Very
bucket
Plants-
over their head and pickpocket them, then run away.
Very Plants vs Zombies. Like.
new
Amazing.
strategy, y'all. We need buckets.
All right. So how are you
Well-
dividing up the team?
I'll look for food and first aid. Who's with me?
I'll go look
down
for
for either.
weapons. I'll go look for weapons.
Yeah.
Well, Frank, are you good for?
I'll look
I feel
for
like-
weapons with
Okay.
you, and if we need to, then this Tyrant will make contact with a zombie if need be.
Okay. All right.
Ooh,
So I'm good.
Kit.
Cool.
You're with
Yeah.
Kit
I'm
and
really
Gabby.
glad you're good with that knife. You know that knife used to terrify me, but now I'm really, really happy you have it. So
I just grab the
Yeah.
list from Frankie and start
let's
walking.
team up. Oh, okay.
And you have, I think you have the
How do
other
you feel with the
walkie-talkie
teamwork
as
club?
well.
Uh-huh.
So
Yeah.
I just like
we
hold
have
it up
one.
as I'm walking away.
Good luck on your adventure.
On your adventure.
All right.
Oh,
So
Oh.
y'all find yourselves kind of standing in front of the sporting goods store. From here, you can tell what you can see what you couldn't see from the street, which is that one of the windows is shattered because there is most of a car through it. The other one, unclear, but it definitely is shattered outwards.
Hopefully that means they're not in here anymore.
But yeah, you
Yeah, I
step
see that smirk. Okay.
you step inside. The thing about this is that like it looks like most of the lights in this place are not on anymore, but there are still some, which is telling you that there is somewhere like some of the city's power reserves are still going. For how long, couldn't say. But you can see that at least some of the lights in here are on. So it's not like fully dark inside the store, but it is visibility is still difficult. At this sort of a gloomy interior, but as you step in into sort of like that big sort of huge open space before like the shelves and all that kind of stuff, you can see immediately in front of you there is sort of like the tent displays where they have all like the like really fancy camping tents set up in like kind of half dioramas of like, you know, like camping scenes with like the fake plants and everything. You have to your left is where all like the cash registers are. To the right you can see a hallway where like up above is marked restrooms, and then like you can see a door at the far end of that hallway that says employees only. Yeah, but otherwise you have the store, you have the run of the store as far as you can tell. I will say that something that is very obvious to you even just standing here is that quite a few of the shelves look empty, and you can see various things that are just sort of scattered on the floor in front of them, that look like things were probably grabbed in a hurry. Like a lot of things were grabbed in a hurry. But yeah. With that, y'all split, and kind of looking up, you can taking a look at the signs. You can see where you kind of like where like you have like the camping food and that kind of stuff, and then where you might find some of the other like kind of outdoor equipment.
I'll put my hand on Frankie's shoulder and be like, "All right, we got this.
Yeah, I think we're gonna be fine. I think, and Frankie's gonna throw his backpack actually front, like throw it in the front so he can throw stuff in like this style.
That's a great idea.
All right. So
Gives
actually,
you a little bit of protection too.
this is a good point. So you have one empty like big backpack.
Okay.
But I'm sort of imagine all of you brought your like hiking packs, your like your day
Yes.
packs.
Yeah.
So who's got the big pack? Oh, I think
Oh, the team with weapons and gear,
okay.
probably.
Yeah, it
Sounds
makes
good.
sense.
I think
Yeah.
Frankie's got the big one.
Yeah,
Because
I
we
think
can just
that
fill
makes
our
sense.
packs with food and med stuff. So
Yeah.
I want to specifically look for, those pouches of like ready to eat kind of
Yes.
stuff. Not
Oh,
just
yeah.
like MREs, but the kind that are like you can pack
Yep.
flat down.
Mount-
You can sit
like
they're in
Mountain
those
House.
like they're in those like
Yeah.
vacuum sealed like black kind of
Yes.
grayish kind of bag. I know exactly what you're talking about. Yeah.
Ooh,
as
okay.
many of those as we can find.
Sure.
absolutely.
And maybe some of those fuel canisters too. Those have to be with the food.
Yeah.
Stuff.
So yeah. Kit and Gabby, as you kind of move up and down the aisles there, looking for anything that would be of use. You you can see you come to the section where like you can tell that's like the food camping food section. The shelves here are more bare than they were in other places. You can tell that somebody got here. The good news, it does appear that this place was equally looted in a hurry, so there might have been stuff left behind. You begin kind of picking your way through all of this stuff, kind of finding periodically what you could see as like some of the that food, like finding like some of the camping food, like the prepared kind of stuff. I'm gonna say mostly what you find is like fully dried kind of stuff. Like you find like a packet of dried beans.
Make it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The kind of stuff you just add like boiling water. You add to boiling water and like, yeah. Like the dehydrated beans. You find like all kinds of like dried, dehydrated like tuna and stuff like that. Like there's like that comes in like those cans.
Tuna.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Dude, astronaut ice cream. I've always wanted to try this stuff.
Did you find
I'm taking
some?
one. I'm just taking one. One.
When are we gonna get the chance to eat ice cream again? Just take all of it. YOLO, right? Even more so now? Well, I guess YOLO is maybe you live more than once. I'm starting to go into like an anxiety spiral as you're getting the ice cream. Yeah,
I just
okay.
open one up and like shove it at you.
Just pistachio?
I don't know.
But you know that was my favorite.
No, I just
Thank you.
look for med stuff, I guess. You're
Older, right? You're a senior. Now me just clarifying the question.
I am about to be a senior.
So are we the same age?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I was thinking you were upperclassmen.
I think
You
me.
just acted so cool.
I think
Okay.
me, Casey, and Frankie are upperclassmen.
Yeah. Okay.
Mhm.
Got it.
We're the three of us would be going off to college.
Yeah. Let's like bandages and stuff. Oh, I wanted to look for those fuel. Did we see any of those fuel canisters for the campsite?
You were able to find one of the small ones that are about like that, and you were able to find like one of the larger ones that's like about like that.
Small, large.
You found several others, but they looked like they ruptured when they hit the ground, and are
Yeah.
basically just like you can smell it. You can smell that kind of like the fuel, that's just sort of spilled. But you found the two that are intact, like the little one and the big one.
Okay.
Yep.
And now onto the meds, right?
Yeah. So as you head off to do that, Frankie and Maisel, You kind of at the opposite end of the store are looking through, basically currently walking through the like the hiking stuff. You can see like like you can see like the kind of like hiking like the hiking sticks, the whatever the fuck they're called. I forget what they're, but they're not they're not particularly sturdy, the ones that you're finding here, because these are the ones that are like made out of like real cheap fiberglass.
Yeah.
Um,
Hmm.
but I mean, it's
They're
not,
still pointy.
they're still pointy, yes. So there is that. Not particularly, Frankie. You would look at these and realize that they're not particularly durable, but like they might be good for like a few, you know.
The walking poles.
Yeah.
How about like for is there like a mountain climbing section where there are the those climbing type pickaxes?
Oh yeah, the hooks.
Yeah, I mean,
Hooks.
I'm sure they would have they would definitely have like a
Ice
mountaineering hiking
Yeah,
section.
don't-
Yeah,
I'm thinking
What
like Laura Croft, like
Yeah,
wielding
like
like,
Yeah. Yeah.
yeah.
In the same vein of those hiking sticks, what about like ski sticks?
Oh, yeah, that would be in probably
Yeah.
like an adjacent section for sure.
Yeah.
So like,
Uh,
yeah,
Those are usually sturdier.
yeah, and like we're talking like you're in the foothills in Colorado. Like there's definitely an extensive ski section. Like,
Yeah.
um,
Okay.
And don't forget shotguns.
oh, that'd
Do
be
they
nice.
have guns here?
probably.
Can we
look.
We're in Colorado at a sporting goods store. They hunt bears out here,
That's
man.
true. That's true.
Yeah.
It's probably behind like a protected section.
I imagine.
right?
I bet
That's-
not anymore.
Yeah, I mean
I just
like,
imagine.
sorry, what did you say? Frank?
I was just like, I imagine like some of these conversations are happening between the two like scouting groups on the walkie-talkie. We're in Colorado.
Yeah, you
There's guns.
Bears, man.
yeah, I'll say in total, you are able to find like, yeah, mostly like kind of like the walking poles. There's a couple of like, the thing is like as you're moving through this store, you're realizing that this place was probably one of the first places that people like yourselves went.
Yeah.
There's slim pickings. But you are able to find actually, you know what? I'm gonna make you roll for this, Frankie.
Ooh.
I'm gonna need a brains roll from you.
Oh, I'm gonna die. I mean, I'm not gonna die. But...
You need
ice cream.
You need a you need a you need a 6.
Oh, wait, hold on. It's not brain. It's charm that is my. Okay. This might
I could charm the shells to have more things. I would.
right. If it were that
Manifest.
easy.
Please.
I'm just trying to identify the proper. Okay, here you are. Sorry.
You need a 6.
What's the? Thank you. I rolled an 8 on an 8. It exploded. Do I get to?
Yeah, well,
Explosion.
I think
mean, it-
I don't think it explodes if you succeeded on when you're
Fair
like,
enough.
Yeah.
That's right. Yeah.
So,
Because what would
That's
it do?
because sorry. I think it does because there is a level of like success, like something really, really good happens if you get a certain number above. But it doesn't matter.
I think that's achievable even without exploding. So, but I'm pretty sure I recall reading that it specifically does not explode if you have like if the roll like hits your target.
Okay.
Fine. But because it's fun, we're gonna do it. So go ahead and roll it again. Because big number equals brain happy.
Yeah.
Yes, I'm always willing to do things in the name of spontaneous fun here.
Absolutely.
6.
Okay, so that's a total
14.
Okay, so Frankie, as you're
Nice.
looking around, like this whole thing is like picked clean, but you have like you kind of like glance down. And you notice these are those like shelves that like kind of like what you would find in like a big sort of superstore kind of thing where they have like that like they're the shelves that are just sort of straight up and down. They have the like kind of modular shelving kind of stuff, and then the bottom has sort of like the base of it acts as a shelf too. But there's a little bit of a gap underneath that, and in one place, just because seeing the state of this place and how things were grabbed in a rush, things fell, things might have gotten kicked underneath. and as you kind of like kneel down, Frankie, you are at one point like mostly there's nothing under them except for just sort of random like little nothing stuff that's not really a priority and that probably isn't going to be that useful to you. But under one of the shelves, you look down and are rewarded as you see like one of those like really nice kind of like titanium hatchets.
Oh,
Oh, yes.
titanium. Ba 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 ba.
Yeah.
Yeah, the Zelda music plays.
Yeah, just
And
like
then Frankie,
must have
like,
gotten kicked under in like in a rush or something.
look at this. Sweet.
I'm about to start like going, oh my, and I start whispering,
I know. I almost did. I know.
oh my god, oh
Gotta
my
name
god.
it. What's the name?
Here's something. Heard a squeal.
It's got to be something like what are the like weapons named in zombie games?
Right. Yeah. Horde breaker. It's not. That works, but it's.
That's
I don't know
cool,
if
but I
this
don't know if
against
that's
the
really
horde.
good. I don't know if that's really
Yeah.
good for an axe. Like Skull Crusher.
Skull Crusher's good.
Meat
Brain-
grinder.
Meat grinder. Oh, hello. I didn't hear you in? How are things going with you?
We can hear you from across the store. Like, seriously.
We're too loud.
I thought we were whispering.
You're stage whispering. We can still hear you.
Shh. Okay. I'll actually whisper now. But I'm actually stage whispering now. Anyways,
Well,
we'll think
we'll
of
come-
one. We'll think of one.
yeah.
It'll
I think we
come
should-
to us when you kill your first zombie.
I suppose. I don't know. Should I be the one using this? I guess I should be the one using this.
We're in ROTC, right? Or J. I forgot the acronym already.
Yeah, no, it's okay. It doesn't matter. That's not like that's gonna happen now. But this is going to be. I mean, they don't. There's no hatchet combat, right? I mean, I'm just gonna make it up as I go. This is gonna be fun. It's gonna be fun.
I mean, in D&D, the hatchet is like a weapon that people have. There's axes. People use axes.
Yeah.
It's totally a thing.
Okay. I'm gonna. Yeah.
You're
Absolutely.
gonna do great. It's
Cool.
gonna be great.
Let's look for some other things.
Moving towards kind of the back of the store where you can see the like, this is sort of more like the hunting sort of section. You see what was probably at one point like a gun rack with the like the plexiglass like doors and whatever. But it's hard to say because there's definitely no guns in it anymore. Yeah, this was definitely like pretty clearly the first place that was hit. And in fact, there's you can see where as you're kind of like moving back here, Frankie, Frankie and Maisel both start to smell something pretty foul. And as you get closer to like kind of the gun cabinets and like sort of basically like a big sort of round counter in the middle of which there's like a big like four-sided kind of like big gun display rack thing. The whole thing looks completely empty. But on the other side of the counter, you can see like you just sort of get a quick glimpse. It's like this, but it's enough that there are definitely some bodies there.
I'm gonna like just. I have a feel like I'm just gonna like instinctively just like hold Frankie back.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Stay now. Turn the corner.
Yeah.
I don't think we need to go there. Let's move on.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe we can find some more bandanas down this way.
Yeah.
As you both kind of walk away from this, the thing that you didn't get much of a look, but even with just that tiny glimpse, you could tell that those people weren't turned.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And you walk away, both trying desperately to sort of move beyond that.
Completely stoic.
Mhm.
Yeah. Maisel's kind of like, just sort of like, just has her hand on Frankie's arm, just kind of like trying to, is like in the way of like, I'm giving comfort, but also I need comfort too. This is gross.
I like squeeze your hand and say, I don't know if this is. Oh, it's very very hard to wrap my head around sometimes, but I feel like they might be the lucky ones. Sorry, I'm not really good at the talking and comfort thing.
No, it's okay. I appreciate it. There's just something to be said about, humans killing themselves over ways to survive. But
Yeah.
it's, you know what? That's okay. We're doing our best. We're here. We're alive. We have our friends.
And now we just need things to protect us and our friends with.
Yeah, exactly. How are you doing, by the way?
Oh yeah, I'm good. Always.
Same, I guess.
I learned a new card trick, but I don't think there's really any time for it now.
I mean,
these days.
I would love to see it. Maybe when we get back to the car, at least.
Yes, maybe.
I mean, we can't be in the zombie apocalypse forever. Hopefully.
I hope.
It's only been a day for us. We just started. And it's still alive.
Sure.
That's, in a video game, pretty good success.
Yeah.
Okay. We are going to cut to about a year ago. It's Frankie, you are standing outside of the Johnson's house. They are having there's a lot of people there. You did not want to come to this party, but you were convinced. And as you are kind of like walking up to the house, you you're regretting not taking up your friends on the offer to come together. As you kind of look up to this house, there are a lot of people sort of sitting, people you recognize from school, sitting on the porch outside, and that very sort of like stereotypical party, right? Like they're outside and just like hanging out on the porch and on the stairs. People you recognize but don't know. And through all of this, as you're regretting all of your life choices that led you to this moment, there's a split second where the thought occurs to you that you could just leave right now. And it's kind of in that moment where you catch sight of Kit, who is sitting on kind of like this bench swing, and yeah, Kit, why don't you tell me how, like what's Kit doing in this moment?
She definitely has a cup in her hand. Her legs are crossed, and she's just kind of like listening to somebody talk, but she's not really listening. She's kind of like looking around for any excuse to do something else. Just kind of rocking back and forth. I think the other person on the bench is probably getting annoyed because she keeps moving the swing a little bit.
Yeah, definitely. There's there's a little bit of like green in the cheeks as you like keep moving the swing, and the person talking, she's like, "Yeah, look, I'm just saying, like, I think that I could get in, right? Like, I could definitely get in to like, I have like a perfect, perfect, like grades. I've got the grades. I've got the athletic record. Like, I'm pretty sure I could get in." And just going on and like at this point, Kit, you glance over and see Frankie standing on the sidewalk, just sort of staring up at the house with sort of a lost look on his face.
Sorry. Hey, I was waiting for you. We should. Yeah.
Oh, hello, hi. Someone I know.
I'm just gonna
Good.
like straight up get up and like walk away from this guy.
Yeah. Um. Yeah, he's still going, talking to the person who is about this close to throwing up. And
No.
yeah, you kind of pull Frankie kind of aside to the kind of onto the porch, and where like basically this is probably the most relaxed part of the party. Inside you can hear the sounds of like the music going and the sounds of like loud people inside, and yeah.
You good?
Yeah. I'm fine. This is good.
It.
I just thought about
Honestly.
leaving for a second. That's all.
No,
You
you
know.
had perfect timing. Oh my gosh. You like don't even want. He keeps talking about. I
Well,
don't know.
uh, uh,
People who can afford college. Am I right?
it's not gonna be easy for all of us. I can tell you that. Not me.
You need one of these.
What is one of these?
I don't know, but
Okay, that seems fun and reckless.
yeah.
Okay.
Kitchen.
Yeah, I'm right behind.
Yeah, you.
I'm just gonna like drag him in. I'm gonna like turn and like grab his sleeve behind me and like start walking.
Yeah. You all you walk inside, and inside the house is extremely overwhelming. There are people everywhere. There are like the Johnsons are pretty well off, and their house is large, but still every bit of floor space seems to have a person in it. The music is loud even from here. Kind of at the front hallway. The music is loud, even though you can hear that it's coming from further in, kind of in like the main sort of like den area. But Kit leads you sort of into like sort of a side door into the kitchen, where you can see all kinds of beverages, alcoholic and otherwise, just sort of on sort of the center island in the kitchen, and many people in here also just sort of milling about. You can see Jared Johnson is sort of like standing. He's like, "Kit, you need another one?"
Two actually.
All right.
Yeah.
He says, "Coming up." He's like, "Hey, I know you. Sorry, I don't know your name." And he like looks at you, Frankie.
Oh, Frankie.
Yeah, right. You're like, you hang out with those like JRO, whatever the fuck it is, right?
Yeah.
The military people.
Yeah, I do.
Cool. All right. And he's talking to you as he's like mixing like a drink, and just like, nice. Well, like
it gets, you get into trouble.
Yeah, I bet. He says very unconvincingly, and hands you a cup, and says, you're gonna want to drink that real fast. Maybe don't taste it.
I just look at I look at Kit. Cheers.
Oh wait for mine. Yeah.
He finishes making yours and then hands it to you.
I like clink.
Mm-hmm. He pours into the shot glass and just like, cheers. And he just sort of takes it back.
Same.
Mm-hmm. It's foul. Honestly, Freeman, I need you to make a grit roll for me.
That
you need a 10 here.
okay.
Ooh. Shoot it back like you shot back the cop.
Oh wow, that's amazing. That's like my grit is like my thing.
That's right. That's your D20. You could take half the value if you wanted to.
I should have done that, but I already rolled.
Okay.
And I got a 5.
Okay.
So that'll be fun.
I love that.
Yeah, it is foul. Like, you're pretty sure you just drank gasoline. Like, it's not good. It's, yeah, you immediately just, like, you're like, reflexively, your body just immediately rejects it as soon as it goes in your mouth. Like, your body just immediately rejects it.
Hopefully there's somewhere it can go.
There's a sink.
Good. Thank goodness. That's all.
Yeah. Yeah, you rush over immediately to the sink and just sort of like it all like you just like
Okay.
You just kind of
Do you have whiskey? Do you have just like whiskey?
He's like still laughing. He's like, "Yeah, man, like here." And he just like gets you someone just pours it into like a cup and hands it to you. It's like thanks for being my guinea pig on that one. He's like, and he just sort of like.
Glad it was fine.
Yeah.
It was fine.
Like, all right, hardcore. And he's like, I respect that. And then you just hear, "Hey, Jared, come check this out." And he's like, "All right, be right there." And he just like walks away.
I turned to Frankie. It was not fine. I'm so sorry.
No, gasoline, poison.
Poison.
Are you okay?
I honestly, I didn't eat much, and I had a lot of coffee before I came over, so probably wasn't the best thing to start off. And maybe not even this, but we'll see. Takes a sip.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't. Why did you come? Sorry, that's that weird. I feel like you're not usually at these.
Yeah, no, I'm trying to. I don't know. I just kind of felt like I needed to. Just needed to do something. Kind of feel a little bit like I need to drink more before I talk.
Well then, let's get you another drink. I'm gonna just like find like a pack of beers on the counter or something.
Yeah, you usually there's a 6-pack that's like missing 3 that you just like that's just still on the counter. You just grab it and like you kind of there's a moment as you like move further into the house and you can see that everybody has sort of like moved to the dance floor in the den basically, and it is packed and you can see that like Jared is kind of currently in the middle of like a dance off with with one of his friends, and it's just rambunctious and loud and just a lot.
Like look into the den or whatever as we pass by and just keep walking. Like maybe towards like the back door, see what's going on in the backyard kind of a thing.
Yeah, the backyard is much nicer. Like there's people outside, but like mostly these are the people who are not as interested in being right in the middle of stuff. So like it's just like people in like groups of 1s, 2s, 1 to 5 people who are like just sort of standing around talking and laughing and whatever, just like actually having conversation kind of stuff. The backyard is pretty nice. But yeah.
Is there a pool?
I'd say there's like an above ground.
Okay. I'm just curious.
Mm-hmm.
I think I'm just gonna make my way back there and find like a spot in the yard that's not super crowded, and then like pull one of the beers out of the pack and hand it over.
Okay.
Thank you. I think Frankie.
No, honestly, like you saved me out there. Like Andrew was not shut up.
I heard. Yeah, I came here because I don't know. is like the cool crowd, you know. And I've always just in a I mean, I don't want to be like them exactly because they're a little loud and annoying. But there's like parts of it that I want, you know?
Kit, you can see as Frankie's gaze kind of lingers on a group not far from where you're standing. Um, there's probably about 8 people in the group. You recognize some of the kind of like in crowd, a few of them who are just sort of like staying around. Like one of them who is just being loud and like, but kind of like, but everybody's laughing. Like you can see, as like everybody is just sort of fully taken with this guy's antics, and yeah.
Yeah, but like, if you're uncomfortable, then why? I'm gonna like look over at the group and look back. I don't know. I get like wanting to be around people and stuff and like come out and be seen at these things, but that doesn't mean you have to be somebody else to do it, you know? Like you've got
Yeah,
friends, you've got I don't I don't think you should care about that shit.
yeah, I just feel like I need to somehow make everyone happy or make everyone like me somehow. And I feel like sometimes I'm acting like someone else.
Are you doing it right now?
No, actually, I'm not. I'm
And
kind
do
of
you feel
just telling
better?
you. Honestly, yeah. And this is much better than the whiskey or the whatever the hell that was. So, thanks.
Just do you. Fuck what everybody else thinks. If you're uncomfortable, then why are you putting yourself in that position, you know?
Yeah, I guess so. Yeah. You're pretty cool, Kit.
We like just talk about how that doesn't matter, you know? Like,
This is so wholesome.
True.
you'll be fine. I'm more of a front porch or backyard type of person anyways, so if you need a party buddy, I
Ooh, yeah.
gotcha.
I like the back. Yeah, or rooftop. Rooftop. Do a little climbing.
Always down for a rooftop adventure.
You know, like there's got to be some really cool roofs on this house. I mean, they got money. They got some cool places, I bet.
I bet we could figure out how to get up there.
I think we should.
Uh, both of you kind of like stare at each other for a second, and then just like get up and start kind of like making your way back to the house. Um, we will pull back to the present as both groups, having found not exactly what they were looking for, but like a few gems here and there. A fully stocked like first aid kit that you two found. Just like one of those like outdoors like prefab like first aid kits that you can just sort of get as is. Um, it's not amazing, but it'll cover you for a lot of things. But you all kind of coming back together at the front of the store, kind of making sure to put stuff, kind of consolidating into bags and whatever. You, as you're sort of like checking your list and seeing that you've got some stuff, but looking outside, you can see that the sky may still be light, but outside is still very dark as the sun has gone over the mountains. It is now very dark outside. And just as you note this, you hear like a clatter from the back of the store. As you all kind of freeze and listen, you hear that something is happening, and you may not be alone in this store. And that's where I think we're going to take our break.
Ah!
I knew it. I knew it.
Waiting for it to happen.
All right, everybody. We will be back in just a few minutes, so don't go anywhere. See you in a bit. Welcome back, everybody. We are back from our break, and now it is time. Where we left off, our group of kids here have just finished scavenging at a sporting goods store when suddenly they heard a clattering from the back of the store, realizing that they were not alone in this store.
What could that be?
So, you all, in this moment have like frozen and are listening. You can hear the sound of shuffling somewhere towards the back of the store, but you can't see anything in the gloom that has fallen upon this place. While some of the lights are still working in here, as it always seems to be, it's never the ones that you need working. So, in this moment, y'all can kind of feel like your adrenaline pumping as you sort of like are waiting, listening. What are you doing?
Gripping the sticks that we got.
We have to get out of here. We have to leave now.
I second that.
Do we have everything we came for?
I
It's
mean,
like a person. though.
well, yeah,
I'm
but
sure there's sort of a person at one point.
mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I don't want to.
No, we got stuff. Let's.
If it is a person, they will know why we left.
I feel like they would have said something. They would have called out if they were.
Well, zombies.
Or maybe they think we're
Practice out.
zombies too. I don't know.
Um,
Let's just leave. Let's just quickly,
Let's go.
quietly leave.
All right. I'll just start slowly backing up towards the door.
Okay.
Did you hand out any of the weapons before, or was there not time?
I mean, yeah, you got time. I think Maisel is like just physically holding them. So.
Yeah, I'm just holding them because they're long. They're sticks.
I've
So
got a
I'll just
hatchet.
like, yeah, he's got a really good hatchet. I've got a bunch of like, walking and ski sticks to hand out to people.
Okay.
They're pointy on the ends. They're like little spears.
I am going to need a flight roll from all of you.
Uh-oh.
And you're gonna need a 10 on this one.
Oh, I'm not. There's no way I'm gonna get that.
You could explode.
We've got D6s.
You could explode.
for light. I'll explode into a mass of zombies. Yeah. Sure.
Yeah, in fact, I did the very opposite of exploding.
What did
No!
you? Did you roll a 1? So you got to roll it again and subtract that.
Take half because that's my d20.
Okay.
I also rolled a 1.
Oh no. Yeah.
Well, we're still doing the thing. I rolled a 10, and so I exploded since my D10. So I rolled a 9, so 19.
Whew. Okay.
Oh.
All right.
Looks like we fighting.
So here's what's up. So
I've got my seatbelt and
so you rolled ones, which I believe means that you need to roll it again and subtract that number from the total.
I'm at 4.
damn it.
Did you roll a 6, Scriv?
No, I rolled a 1 again.
Oh, okay.
Ooh.
We're gonna leave it at that because that's a lot. That's already
This
pretty.
dice is going away now. It is dead to me.
Okay.
Aw. But that's fair.
So
Who must
Dice
know?
built in timeout.
So, go ahead and the two of you take adversity tokens.
Ooh. Yes.
Oh joy!
As you begin kind of like trying to sneak out, Maisel and Kit moving very quietly, managing to sort of like keep an eye on like behind you as well as where you're going. Frankie and Gabby, as you are sort of like looking back behind you, you're fully focused on like keeping sort of situational awareness about whatever this thing might be. And the two of you, like without really paying attention to where you're going, you bump into each other, and just go like reflexively, like sort of jumping away and knocking over like a rack that like just sort of like one of the like those metal racks that they kind of keep close to the front of the thing, that like knocks into another one and just sends its contents like scattering across the floor. And it is a loud cacophonous sound. The sound towards the back of the store stops. But what you do hear is you hear voices outside. Coming from outside. You hear that? Yeah, it came from this way. Just like the store? Yeah, I think so. All right. Fan out. You two take the back entrance.
Oh no. Oh, this
All
those are
right.
people.
We
Those
have
are
to find,
people. We need to let them know we're here, right?
or maybe not
Probably
just
think
yet.
we're
I mean,
zombies.
well, or they're thinking that we have stuff and they don't, and they're gonna take it. Maybe I'm worried about that too. Maybe we should find another way out of here.
There are
Maybe
those survivors.
okay, maybe, but there's good survivors and there's bad survivors too. I kind of want to know if this is a role I can make, because I want to, by hearing the voices, can I somehow identify if there are threats somehow?
Interesting.
I don't know. This is weird.
That's gonna have to be. I think that's gonna be a brains roll. And I think
Fair enough.
you're gonna need a 7 on that.
That's fair. I was trying to see if I could use street smarts somehow for this, which is grit. But this might not be the
I don't
right
know.
kind of.
I don't know about. I don't think that would be. Oh, Interesting. That's a good point. Sorry. You know what?
No, that's fine.
I'll allow it. I think that makes sense. I think this could be given that context. I think this is a grit roll.
Yeah, that's kind of what I was.
Have that
Yeah.
intuitive skill chosen as well, because I'm looking at these checkboxes that we've got on a character sheet.
Sure. What does that do?
Intuitive?
Intuitive?
Yeah.
I've never. Who has intuitive?
I was asking if you did.
Oh,
I had that
Oh no
I
no.
see.
But-
I don't.
Okay, never mind.
Okay. All right. So yeah, you need a grit, and yeah, I'd say with a 7 you can take half if you want. You can take the half.
I'll do that.
Okay. So yeah, right away, just listening to them, you're not sure exactly what it is that sort of tips you off, but there's some sort of hard edge to the voices that, to you, like there's nothing concretely that you could point to, but I will say Frankie's instinct right now is that you don't want these people, whoever they are, to find you.
It's a gut feeling. It's just a feeling I got. Gotta trust my instincts. Remember in D&D when we were on the outside of the cave, and I could just had that gut feeling about the trolls the trolls inside.
What, did you roll an intuition check or something? This isn't D&D.
I know, but well, still.
You can hear the sound of you can hear the sound of booted feet, sort of like crunching gravel outside.
Are we close to the door right now?
Yeah, you're like right towards the front. You're right at the front of the store.
Okay, so they said someone's going to the back, or people going to the front?
Is that where you're hearing
fanning
footsteps
out.
getting closer.
Okay. Guys,
Okay, well, we gotta hide them, right?
we just gotta hide. Let's go in one of the fucking bougie tents.
Hide in the bougie tent. Got it.
Sounds good.
Is
We're
there
gonna
one
hide them.
upstairs too?
There's also an upstairs where there's also bathrooms upstairs.
Not
We
upstairs.
might make
There's
a
a
run.
Oh.
no.
Sorry.
There's a hallway where there's like restrooms.
Oh.
Yeah.
We could hide
Okay.
in bathrooms, and maybe there's a window. It's either bougie tent or restrooms. What do you guys think? Let's go
Restrooms.
restrooms then.
Yep.
There's
That's
gotta
the one
be a
we're
window
doing.
for ventilation.
All right. Let's go.
Okay. We go.
Okay. So y'all like rush down the hallway. Just as you kind of see, kind of glancing back behind you, you can see the shadow of at least 3 people pass across the floor of that sort of front area where you just were. As you sort of like pile into one of the bathrooms, you you look inside in the bathroom. You can see the bathroom stalls. There there is technically a window, but it's one of those like sort of small ones that's high up that sort of opens sort of like this, you know.
Break the hinges.
Uh, Anybody? Yeah. What are you doing here, or what are you doing?
I was gonna hide in a stall. I do the thing where you like stand on the toilet so
Yeah.
they can't see your feet from underneath.
That's probably a much better idea. I could probably get out the window, but just based on how small I am. But other than that, I don't know if we're all going to be able to fit out that window.
Okay. Okay. So
I
we
don't
hide
know.
here and hope they don't find us.
I don't want to leave you guys behind.
Let's hide. Let's hide in the stalls.
Okay.
Okay.
You can actually hear from somewhere further in. You can hear the voices. They don't appear to be too concerned with keeping their voices down. You can hear one voice, the same one as before, that seemed to be like sort of commanding the others, saying, "All right, we know you're in here. Like, come out, and I promise it won't be as bad. We can work something out." He says, "But if you make us come in there and find you, I can promise you that Virgil is not going to be happy." Then you just hear, "Okay, go." And you can hear the sounds of like from further, like from way down the hall. You can in the store proper, you can hear the sounds of like people moving around. Doesn't appear to be getting closer to you.
Do we have any signal on our phones in this town?
I would say you have signal, but what is it that you're like trying to do?
At this point, I'm just trying to get any context of what, like, if there's been like any sort of like news or postings or anything on any like social medias or anything about like not necessarily like, what other people experience, but like here, like if any survivors are like, here are some trends of things like, or in this area, if I've heard anything about, panic Googling about what's going on, if I know anything about someone named Virgil.
Everything's quiet. I also don't know how you would find anything about that, but yeah.
But in this scenario, I'm just like, I guess I'm just gonna look it up just in case.
Yeah. No,
So
like the thing is
information.
everything's quiet. Like you're not seeing anything from anywhere. Like we're talking like not even like there's not news from any more recently than at least a week ago. There is not like there's nothing.
Okay. Is there the website that Casey usually goes on for their conspiracies?
I mean, so the answer to your question is probably, but is that how you want to spend this time while people are actively searching for you?
Oh, but I'm gonna check to see if it still exists, and then I will go back to doing what I'm doing. Because I wanted to see if there was anything about whoever this Virgil person was. I don't know if that was a reference that we were supposed to understand or not.
Alison?
We'll probably.
I was gonna say, do we have like cell phone like call service in the town?
there's probably call service. You're not sure how the lines are going to be doing, like how it's going to be, like just because like even with dialing stuff like that, like before.
I want to try to call the store phone.
Yes! Yes! Fucking brilliant!
Interesting.
It's amazing.
Okay.
Yes!
Okay.
Distract them? Fucking yes.
So yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and say, honestly, I genuinely think that this is going to be a grit roll for sure. Because this is a complex, like this is not just one task that you were doing. It's not as simple as just like call the store phone.
Mm-hmm.
There's like a series of tasks that are required before you can even do that, and this is a matter of like cool under pressure kind of situation to see if you can kind of keep your head.
That's valid. Okay.
So this is going to be grit, and I think you're gonna need a 14 on this.
Oh fuck. Okay, let's hope it explodes.
I mean, I could give you an adversity token if need be.
I do
down the
a little
line.
bit think this is a snap decision. So
That's valid.
We're also in different
Fair.
stalls, so
Are we?
Ooh.
Shit.
Okay.
Well, yeah.
it's in order to hide our
That's a
feet.
10.
Okay.
How much? What is the difficulty?
14.
Ooh.
Yeah, but I only have 2 adverse. I can't do it.
Yeah.
It was such a good idea.
Yeah. You like start kind of like you basically like try to find the store's webpage and start like looking for like a phone number or something like that, but there's like so many results, and you're like, it's that thing where like when you are under pressure, you're like your eyes are scanning but you're not taking in any of the information. You're looking at it, you're like, I know it's here somewhere, but like it doesn't, none of this makes sense to me. It's like that kind of yeah.
That's valid.
There's a trackers in Denver, there's a trackers in like, and then you're looking through like there's all these different results, and you're like, anyway.
I went too many pages, and then I'm trying to go back, but then it's like isn't loading when I try to go back, and like
yeah, and then when you look at the results, you're scanning the results page, and it's just like not processing because you're just sort of and obviously like the more you fail to find it, the more it becomes like difficult to process information as you keep putting the pressure on it. It's just
okay.
It was a good idea. I thought of the same thing a few moments before you two. I was like,
It was a really good idea.
and then forgot.
Good idea.
If we could remove the window from the hinges, would we be able to squeeze through?
Maisel might be able to.
Okay, gotcha. So we already scratched. Okay.
Do I get adversity token? For
Yes, you get an adversity token.
I get 2.
You could
keep
potentially
easy
create
going.
a distraction outside, though. And draw
Right,
them.
that's what I was thinking. It's like I could maybe do some sort of distraction and then book it to the car as fast as I can to get it started.
I don't like the idea of you running through by yourself.
Yeah,
though.
I don't like that either. But
You can
I
always draw them out of the store, and then we wait in here until they're gone, maybe?
could maybe draw them out the back and then you guys go out the front.
I think we will have to, sadly, split it up a little bit in order to make our way out. They can't all follow us all.
You want me
Where
to...
are we gonna meet?
Where do I know... When we came in, seemed like a good, safe-ish place to, like, if we needed to hole up for a quick second before we could make our way. Like, when we were walking in, was there, like, an abandoned... Like, what's the easiest accessed abandoned building close by?
Okay. Give me a brains roll.
Okay.
I think I think you're probably just gonna need a 6 on this.
I could use all of my adversity tokens. We're doing so bad today, guys. We're doing so bad.
I feel like this is one of those critical moments, though.
Yeah.
Where
Yeah.
I'm willing to spend some adversity tokens.
Okay. Yeah, I got a
Whatever we
2,
need
so
to
I
do.
need 4.
I could theoretically justify this as a planned action because it is sort of like a weird
Mhm.
one where it's like thinking about something, and it's like the kind of thing where you might have thought about it ahead of time and like.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I rolled a 2 on my D8, so I need 4 to get a 6.
I'll
I
give
have okay.
I'll donate 2.
Okay.
I can.
How many I have a lot of adversity tokens, so I'll do the rest. So I'll do 2, 2, 1. Okay.
Okay. All right.
Okay. So, Maisel, you kind of think back to your approach. And you think back to, like, this strip that you're on right here, this sort of, like, this little strip where the sporting goods store is just sort of on the outside of a residential area that you passed kind of coming in. This strip being like kind of the first thing in the city, or like outside of that residential area as you move closer to the center. And not that far away, you remember noting a building with like a car garage that like the garage was open. You could tell that it's a pretty big garage. It was the garage was open, empty, and you could see that it was like you noted it as like a kind of place that would be like if you got caught in the city, you could maybe try to hole up there. If you got like caught in the city after dark and for whatever reason couldn't make it back to the van, that it might be an all right place.
Let's go to that car garage that we passed. It's pretty big. There's a lot of machinery. It's a good place to hole up if we need to, and it's pretty easily noticeable. For us, at least.
Hand you one of those fuel canisters.
Okay.
Just in case you need it for some sort of distraction or explosion or whatever it may be.
Okay.
The big one or the little one?
I'll take the little one. I don't want to, like, draw zombies if I don't need to. And then I'll take a lighter if we have one.
I have one.
Great. Can I have it? Thank you. And I'll take a lighter and my stick, and one of the walkies, just in case.
Yeah, definitely.
All right.
Okay.
Frankie, can you push me up?
Yeah, I got you.
Okay. I will draw them out the
just-
back. You guys can go at the front.
Good. Okay.
I'll do my best. If I need anything, or if it goes terribly wrong, I will walk you as fast as I can.
Right. Be safe. Good luck.
Please be careful. I'll give you a hug before you leave.
I'll give it right back. Come here, everybody. I'm dry kidding. I don't care. Kid's like 5. Okay. Push me through. I'll just like make a little diving position.
Okay.
I'll make like the step and like kneel down and.
All right.
Perfect.
With that, y'all take a second, lifting Maisel up to the window where she can grab hold of it, and kind of like pull herself through. Maisel, you get outside, basically above sort of like the side of the store, and as you kind of land, kind of on the asphalt on the outside, you look around, and you can see just down the side of the building from where you are towards the back, you can see someone standing there. He's got his back to you, but you can see that he's kind of like peeking around the corner, around the back, like looking towards the back of the building. There's in between you and this guy, there's like a dumpster there, and like some like crates. So like there's stuff in between you and him, but you do see him as he like looks around, peeks around the corner, and then like kind of comes back around, sort of back against the wall, still not looking in your direction, and then sort of moves around the corner and disappears around the back of the building.
Okay. Okay. Is there anything like so in the like parking lot around this building? I assume this asphalt area. I don't know what's in the back, but like, are there cars? What's in the like area? Is there like a way for me to like, stealthily like adventure game my way, like run a little bit and hide, and then run a little bit and hide, and then run a little bit and hide?
This strip is one that is sort of set. So like the main drag out front is like downhill from this place. So this strip is one of those that's sort of set up a little bit, and to either side there's kind of like the green that kind of goes down into like the next sort of thing. So basically from where you are standing, immediately in front of you, maybe like 10 feet away from you, the asphalt stops at the curb and goes downhill on the green, towards like just sort of a small patch of lawn before reaching like a house.
Okay.
Where like there is a fence around that house. So presumably you could go over the fence. You could try to sneak through. Like you can see that there are like some like bushes and stuff in front of the house that you might be able to sort of sneak by. There's cover, basically. There is cover, and it's also dark.
True. Alright, I'm going to like create my way to finding cover, to find a way that I can see if I can like look like so like to look behind like this side of the building like a little bit farther away, so I can maybe like see more to see who's back there.
So sorry, say that again. You're going like which way?
So my plan was to go like so the guy went behind the building.
Mm-hmm.
My plan was to go out to find cover a little bit a ways from the building and see if I can get a vantage point to look behind the building.
Gotcha.
Like, yeah.
Sure. Okay. Give me a flight roll. This is gonna be a difficulty 6.
Seven.
Okay. Yeah, you sort of like low crouch run your way to like over the edge, like kind of down the hill a little bit, and kind of using the cover of the slight grade to kind of reach kind of to behind where the like there's like those big like power boxes that are sort of like behind. You can kind of get behind some of those big electrical boxes and stuff. You kind of crouching behind that, look back to the kind of behind the store. You can see where their loading dock is. The loading dock is slightly like the door is slightly raised, no more than a couple feet. You see that there are 2 people that are currently kind of on one side of it. One of them is like down below the level of the loading dock and it's kind of like raising up slowly to peek inside, and the other one is just the one that you saw peek around the corner is standing next to him, kind of like standing upright but out of sight of the loading bay door. As they look inside, you can see the one who's peeking up lets go of something, and you can see as he like swings it behind his back, he has like a weapon, like a rifle that is sort of slung on a strap that he sort of like lets go of and like climbs up through under the loading dock door into the building. A moment later, as soon as he's inside, the other one follows.
Okay. And there's no one else out here?
Not in the back, no.
Great. Alright, I'm going to go... What is around in the loading dock where I can make, like, quite a bit of, like, to theatrically make noise that it sounds like a lot of people are escaping and then an explosion?
So outside, there's not very much at all. Just inside, you can see like some shelves, like some like stockroom kind of shelves. It's hard to see from out here. Again, it's all very dark. Around the surrounding areas, though, I mean, there's mostly what's around are cars, like in the kind of like surrounding areas. And even from here, you kind of like look up the street, and you can sort of see, not like a bunch of them, but there's maybe, you can see the forms of about 5 or so shuffling forms that seem to be milling about one of the streetlights that has just come on.
Cool.
Maybe draw the zombies and people to the same place.
That was sort of what I was thinking of, just sort of letting them fight it out if we can. Yeah, okay. Is there a car near the loading dock, or is it not?
Not close to the loading dock. No, there aren't. There's basically like the closest vehicle to the loading dock is behind the sort of adjacent store, which is sort of like it's like a music, like records kind of store. There's like a car that's still like over there parked in what is clearly an employee parking lot of some kind. That's the closest one, but it's probably from the loading dock. It's probably, so you'd have to pass the loading dock to get to it. And it's probably another like 50 feet or so past that.
That would be the easiest thing to blow up. Yeah, I think that is the plan that Maisel can think of in her head right now. So she's gonna like go to the she's going to do go to the building, like the back of the loading dock, and like creep just underneath it, so that they don't just on the side of the wall underneath it, and walking my way towards the car, hugging the side of the hugging the back of the building.
Okay, sounds good. We'll come back to that because I want to go back inside, where the three of you have just sort of seen the Maisel's feet go disappear outside of the window. And so, what are y'all doing inside?
Sorry, yeah, I realized that. I'm not going to do anything about it yet, but I am going to take toilet paper and I'm going to put it in our backpack for later. And I'm also going to take toilet paper and I'm going to jam as much toilet paper in the toilets as possible.
Okay.
And I might, in order to if we need to cause another distraction for a backup plan, I'll flush the toilets, cause a big jam, which will cause them to come up here.
Bathroom?
Yeah. I don't know. We'll see.
Okay.
Hopefully, we won't have to do that. But just in case.
I think I want to get closer to the bathroom door, whatever stall is closest, just to see if I can casually see anything down the hall or hear anything. Yeah.
Yeah. Absolutely. So you reach the you reach the
I'm holding the knife
Yeah.
as I'm creeping closer.
Yeah, you reach the bathroom door and kind of standing there listening. You can hear the sounds of, I mean, it sounds like people kind of tearing apart the store, not in any sort of not ransacking or anything like that, but just you can hear the sounds of them for one thing, you can hear the sounds of tarp and nylon being torn apart.
Yes.
Yeah, you can hear that for sure. And in the process of, they're not being particularly gentle in their search, you can tell. You hear that same voice just sort of calling out kind of mockingly, come out, Hank. You don't want us, you trust me, you don't want us to find you before you give yourself up. You gotta know where to go, man. Come on, just tell us where you put the shit, and we can be good here.
Huh. Did we notice as we were walking along This wouldn't draw them out necessarily, but might help to cause some other confusion. It's a shame we can't really coordinate with Maisel right now, but there had to have been like a fire alarm sprinkler system.
Oh, absolutely. Like, in fact, probably in the hallway right outside the bathroom.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
We have the lockies.
True.
Just to help cause whatever. Now, the risk's there. If an alarm goes off in this building, that could draw zombies here as well. But that could be an opportunity. It's a big risk.
I considered.
Would we want to try something like that? Potentially? Like maybe wait for the signal from Maisel and then do something like that? I'm trying to think of like the timing of this.
I mean, if something happens out there and then we do something in here, then they know that we're still in here. The point of something
That's
happening
true.
out there would be to draw them out there thinking we're out there.
That's true.
True.
Okay.
For true.
Yeah. So maybe we don't do that then.
But if the plan were to fail and that didn't work, then we could
back up.
Yeah, back up.
Yeah. Okay.
I think I'm still just lurking by the door right now, like waiting to see if the guy gets closer to the bathroom or not.
Are you just listening at the door, or do you have it kind of open to peek out?
I think. Is it a door that naturally closes, or does it like stay wherever you put it? You know what I mean? Like, what's the weight of the door?
Probably locks too.
Well, it's maybe. It's like the kind of like the public bathroom door, right? Like it's got like the sort of like
Because I was gonna say, I feel like it's like closed, but like very tiny crack and like not latched. Like it's just barely not flush with the frame.
Yeah. So like you're peeking out. Is that what you're saying? Or
sure.
Okay. So yeah, you don't have a great view from here of anything other than the hallway, but kind of looking out, you do occasionally catch like figures moving in the store proper whenever they pass through your field of view. And what you see is a few people, mostly dressed in like very like kind of practical, kind of honestly, if you were to have run into them somewhere, you under any other circumstances, you would probably assume that they were people like either like road workers or like some sort of like people who work outdoors or something like that. They're wearing very like, like rugged clothing basically. So like the like rugged kind of like work pants, that kind of stuff, boots, but the other thing that you notice about them right away, Kit, is that they all do appear to be armed.
Turn around and just kind of like signal to the others.
You go back to peeking out the door right as one of the figures steps directly into your field of view at the end of the hallway and kind of like looks down the hallway, just kind of like craning his neck down the hallway to look. And you can see he says, "Hold on, I'm gonna check down here." And he like reaches back for something and clicks a small flashlight and starts like sort of shining it down the hallway. Yeah.
I think I'm gonna signal to them to like get back in the stalls and hide.
Yeah. We're going to cut back to Maisel, as I'm gonna need a flight roll from you again. This one is going to be a little higher with a 7.
Really quickly while you're rolling, are we all in the stalls, or can one of us hide behind that door? Like, if it were opening, you're behind the door?
Yeah, you could do that if you wanted to. Yeah, for sure. It's up to you.
Okay.
But, yeah.
14.
Huh?
There's euphoric hit.
What'd you say, Bree?
14.
Okay, so
Nice.
yeah, you rush up to the corner of the building and kind of almost mirroring the same move that you saw the guy make. So peek around the corner and then dart around and then dip down as you reach the loading bay door. Kind of crouching underneath the floor, like under the level of the floor, as you kind of move to the other side. You have a little bit of a climb as you kind of have to climb over the barrier, but once you do that, it's just sort of open parking lot all the way to the car. As you sort of, and the nice thing is, not a whole lot of windows on this side of the building, so you just basically like you low run to the car. You reach it. It looks surprisingly intact, like. Which I guess makes a little bit of sense considering that it's back here on this side of the building rather than on the street side. It wouldn't have been in any immediate harm's way. So like the car is like just sort of like an old kind of like beat up looking sedan. It's you can see one of the headlights is broken, but otherwise it looks in perfect condition.
Great. Can I like look into the window to see if there's like if this was like left in a hurry and there's still keys?
You look inside. Not only are there not keys, but you can see that the locks are down.
Damn it. Okay. How did someone get out? Oh, maybe they didn't get out. Maybe they just left. It's just parked here, and then the zombie apocalypse happened. Maisel's just saying this out loud. Okay. Maisel's not versed in any criminal ways, so, is going to try to forcibly either, pop the front hood.
Okay, you're gonna try to force the hood open?
Yeah.
Okay. Not an easy thing to do.
No.
So,
I'm gonna try.
Okay. Go ahead and give me a brawn roll.
Okay.
This you're gonna need a. Hold on, let me just check real quick. You're gonna need a 14.
Could do it if I spent the rest of my adversity tokens. Yeah, let's do it.
Okay.
We're gonna do it.
Okay. You spend the rest of your adversity tokens, and you like reach under. It's hard to get your hands in like your any purchase, and then you start lifting this hood. It's really lucky that this car is sort of like is pretty old and kind of beat up. Looks like whatever hit caused like kind of broke that front headlight. It looks like might have bent some things here because as you pull up, you can kind of feel it give a little bit, and you just sort of pull. It's not quiet, but
No,
you do manage to like wrench the hood up.
I'm going to do that. Look at the zombies under the streetlight.
Yeah, you can see that they've like one or two of them sort of turn and start shuffling slowly in your direction. But the others seem unaffected.
Wonderful. I am going to walkie. No, that's a bad idea. I'm not gonna walkie. I was about to, and I was like, nope, that makes noise. I'm going to then don't know much about cars. I'm going to find where the, like, not necessarily, like, the gas is, but, like, the place where the most stuff is in the car that will most likely explode. And then put the gas canister, the fuel canister inside of it.
Okay.
And then, is there anywhere for me to hide? Like, anything for me to hide behind?
There's sort of, like, the back kind of median, like a big concrete, like, retaining wall that you could theoretically, like, with just, like, a little hop, you could grab onto the top of it and pull yourself up if you wanted to. And up on top of that, there's, like, bushes and stuff like that if you wanted to do that. Otherwise, you would have to, like, the only place that you could really hide is, like, there's some dumpsters nearby, a little further in the direction that you were going away from the sporting goods store. But yeah, that's, like, otherwise that's kind of your best bet.
I'll mental math to, like, I'll, like, run towards the bushes, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
And then, going to pick up, is there, like, on the, like, I'm gonna go grab, like, any, like, sticks or debris or any sort of something that I can light on fire.
Gonna be hard to find in the parking lot.
I don't know. There's trees.
Not here.
Bushes?
I mean,
You said there was bushes!
There's bushes, but not, like, there's not, like, trees, like, full-on trees dropping sticks everywhere. Like, that's... You're in a city. You're in a city, so...
I'm sorry, I live in Minnesota. There's trees everywhere.
Right. This is the kind of place where there's, like... it's just sort of, like, a lot of strips and a lot of stuff. Like, there are trees, but not in this immediate area. In the residential area, absolutely, but, like, not here. This is full-on, like a commercial strip that you're on.
Paper or anything like that in this parking lot that's blown away?
I mean, there could be. There is a dumpster, as I mentioned, so, like, there very well could be some stuff over there.
Alright, I'm gonna go grab some garbage to light on fire.
Dumpster fire!
Okay,
Dumpster
a question
fire!
for you. How are you planning on starting this fire?
I have a lighter.
You do?
Yes.
Yeah, I gave her my lighter.
Oh, okay. See, I missed that. So, alright. I missed that. But yeah.
I have a lighter!
Okay.
She asked if anybody had a lighter, and I was like, yeah.
I don't know how I missed that, but yeah.
Chat, back me up here. I totally have a lighter.
Oh yeah.
We definitely established this.
All right. Well, we're gonna stop the game and we're gonna wait until October so we can get chat's feedback before. No. Okay. Yeah. I would say that there's probably like some like crushed cardboard boxes and stuff like that over by the dumpster, like where you can see the recycling. Like there's absolutely. Some of it's a little bit wet, but not like damp, but like not bad.
Yeah. All right. I'm gonna take all of that and like jam it into the front of the car too, and then like just start like burning it and getting as much of like the cardboard ignited as I possibly can.
Okay. Yeah. Before too long the cardboard starts like it takes a second before it has actual flames, but eventually it starts catching. Yeah.
Great. Once it starts catching, I'm going to leave.
Yeah.
Because I don't want to be around when it explodes.
Absolutely.
I'm going to then start going around back the way I came past the loading dock, and then I'm going to, once it looks like once I get over there and I'm going to wait a few seconds, I'm going to then, like, shout from below the loading dock and just be like, "Hey guys, they're over here!" And then hopefully that'll explode.
Okay. Yeah, you you wait for a moment as you like look kind of waiting, kind of partially just sort of like waiting for the right moment, but also partially just like psyching yourself up. You look over at the car and you see like the small flames of the cardboard, then just suddenly like you can see that it's just suddenly go kind of out a little bit as something catches, and they start like you can see there's fully like flames coming out of the front out of the car, and that at that moment you
yell, "Hey, they're over here!"
And you just run just start running.
I run back the way I came.
Okay.
I'm sure we heard that too.
From
where we are.
Yeah.
The window is open by the restroom.
Yeah.
That's true.
And I'm running back towards the restrooms.
Yeah, y'all hear something.
Okay.
Kit, as you're kind of peeking down, like watching this guy get closer and closer down the hallway, you hear a voice call out something that's kind of largely inaudible to you. And then you hear, shit, what was that? Who's back there? Come on, let's go check it out. Come on, let's go. You can see that the guy in the hall like hesitates for a moment, like looks over his shoulder. You can mostly see him in silhouette because like the light is sort of making it difficult to make out any details, but he like looks back, glances back down the hallway, and then turns and follows the others.
Yes.
I'm gonna wait a second for them to clear the hallway, and then I'm gonna like signal for Frankie and Gabby to come back out.
Okay. Yeah.
We're ready.
All right, y'all exit the bathroom and start kind of like slowly, carefully, and quietly making your way down back up the hall to sort of the main store area. And as you do, you look to the side and you like towards the back of the store, and just in time to see like kind of the backs of some of these people disappearing between the shelves, and you can hear them as they like start shuffling, running through the store. Kit, I will say, as you're looking at that, the other two sort of like watching them go, you look across the way, like across the sort of open area, and you actually see someone, like a man, maybe like 30 something, crouched down next to the cash registers, peeking out from behind one. And you notice each other at the exact same moment. Like you make eye contact. He like looks, he stares at you. And then you see his eyes sort of like shift towards the front of the building, towards the broken window that's nearby. And he just sort of like gets up and just starts running out of the window.
Do we follow?
I mean,
we don't
have to
see
get...
this. I think it's
It's mostly just Kit that saw this. But I'd say that the two of you, like, it's not like you would notice. You would definitely notice once he starts running. You would notice.
That's gotta be the guy. It's gotta be Hank, right? Maybe.
I mean, that's the only way. They all went that. So
He was hiding.
That's their problem. Oh, we just go. We get out of here and stick to the plan.
I'll
meet
take
up with...
one guy over 5 guys. Let's go.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay.
Running.
All right. Y'all run out the front of the store. You, like, you're not sure. Like, you can hear like some commotion happening behind you, but you're not focusing on that. You're focusing on running. So you have no idea if the commotion that you're hearing is that you were spotted or that something else is happening. You don't know. You're just running. As you run to the front of the store, you can see Maisel. I'll say from where you are, as you like kind of come along the side of the building towards the front of the store, you hear running footsteps, and you see an adult man go like running out of the front of the building, like run down the green and like across the sort of highway. You can see as he like runs to where the cars are, and then you kind of lose him in the cars. But just immediately after that, you can see your friends run out the front of the store. And just as you see each other, there's a muffled from somewhere back towards the back of the store. You hear shouting from the back, and then you start hearing gunfire. You start.
Oh.
We run in.
Yeah, keep going.
We run faster.
I'm just gonna say, cool people don't look at explosions.
What did you
that's pretty
do?
good.
What did you do?
I blew up a car.
Oh, that's pretty badass, I have to say.
That's amazing.
Thank you. That's the best worst thing I've ever done. There was a few zombies. They were coming towards me, so I was like, you know what? Let's just do it.
All right, so y'all run
We're running.
down
Sprinting.
back into the street as you you make your way down through all of this, through all like the traffic and shit. You find your way eventually back to the van, and
Get in the van?
yeah, the van is largely clear. As you were coming this way, you could see that, drawn apparently by the sound of the explosion and gunfire, there were like some zombies that you had to really you had to crouch down and sort of like wait them out as they passed you. But luckily none got super close. You reach the van, and what are you doing once you get there? What do you do?
I think we're just
Getting
gonna
in and
start.
driving away.
Yeah, just start loading it. And Maisel's a little high on adrenaline right now. It's like, that was terrible and so cool.
So are we gonna sleep in here? Or are we gonna go to that garage? What are we?
We can go to that garage and hole up. Did you guys see that adult man? Who was that?
Yeah, I think they were looking for him. They kept talking about. I don't know.
Okay, so they weren't looking for us. They were just looking for this person.
He said something about stuff. Like I think he may have taken stuff from them.
Oh,
I don't know. Not our business. So
fair. It's not our business, but
It's good to
okay.
know.
We don't have. If you want to sleep in the garage, we can totally sleep in the garage. But
Maybe we lay low in the van. And
yeah, it's
and
scraped
like,
coming
safe
in.
to
It's gonna
move it?
scrape going out. It's gonna make more noise.
Yeah. Okay. So do we camp out in the van?
there's also the explosion where I think most of the zombies are going to. But I mean, I don't know. I think
Well, it's getting dark now.
farther away from the city to sleep is probably better.
Yeah.
Yeah,
If we
we'll
can
make-
manage to get out.
I
If
think
not, we can go in the garage.
yeah, that's a good plan. I know we're gonna make a little bit of noise leaving, but we have a little bit more power to get away from
Mhm.
places a lot quicker.
Mm-hmm.
For now.
For now.
So let's go.
Okay.
Are you good? Do you need someone else to drive or?
Yeah, it's probably better if someone else drives. I'm kind of like buzzing from exploding something.
No, it's fine. I can or do I?
Yeah, go for it. I hand back your lighter. Thank
Thanks.
you. I kind of was like, what would Kit do? She's super cool. So
Yeah.
I'll sit in the back this time so someone else can take shotgun, and I'll just be like sorting through our stuff that we got and taking stock
Sounds
of things
good.
and organizing things a little bit more as we get ready to leave.
Kit, you start up the car, and you I need a flight roll from you real quick. It's not super difficult. You're just gonna need probably just gonna need an 8.
Gonna take my 10 then.
Okay,
That's my D20. So
sounds good.
Yes.
All right.
see, this
Yes.
is why I wanted
this
you
is
to
why I volunteered.
I know.
Yeah.
I was like, what
Kit.
is the story reason why that I can drive?
You maneuver the vehicle. You turn the wheel all the way to one side, and as you back out, you manage to avoid scraping this time as the car sort of turns, pulls back, and you're able to drive out without any issue, heading back up the way you came. How far out do you drive before you stop?
I think I'm just looking at all of the buildings and kind of the status of the area as we're going through.
Mhm.
Also, where are we supposed to be on our route? Like, which direction is our itinerary supposed to go? Because, like, just still towards home, right?
Yeah, looking at, you're still heading, the itinerary is still
Okay.
heading towards home from here along the highway.
I think I'm just trying to get out of the main town and take, like, back roads and side streets for the most part.
Okay.
I'm
Yeah.
trying to avoid, like, any downtown type areas.
Absolutely. Easy enough to do because you didn't pass any on the way in, so
Mm-hmm.
You're able to kind of maneuver down side streets, and interestingly, you're finding it much easier to maneuver that way, as seemingly when everybody was trying to get out, they were trying to do so by the most direct and efficient way possible. Um, so by you not doing that, you're actually finding it a much easier drive than trying to make it down the main drag. But eventually, you are able to get out of the city and find yourself back up onto the freeway.
Oh,
How does the freeway look? Is it just empty still, or is it
It's still pretty
also like abandoned cars and stuff?
close to the city and like right up like it takes some maneuvering to get up onto it a little bit, but nothing that you can't handle. You're able to kind of like deftly kind of maneuver the vehicle in between the abandoned vehicles. But once you actually get out onto the highway, a little past the city, it's not hard to maneuver. In fact, like probably about 5 minutes out from the city, the highway fully clears up.
Okay, so where are we going, guys? What am I? Sleep? Are we even sleeping? I don't think I'm sleeping tonight, to be honest. But like,
Do we sleep in shifts? Like keeping watch?
Yeah, that could work. I think
So,
that's
2 people asleep, 2 people awake.
yeah.
Do it that way.
We
we
could,
can do
yeah.
it that way.
like while driving?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do we keep moving? I mean,
That's-
we'll run through gas, but we want
Shit, we
we
should
want
probably-
to keep going to where. we need
Yeah.
to go.
We didn't
Keep
have
an eye
time
out for
to
the gas station.
have
Yeah.
time to fill up, but keeping an eye out for another gas station, preferably one like maybe like a rest stop instead of like in a town.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
There should hopefully be less people and therefore zombies there.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
I'm gonna keep driving then and just kind of keep an eye out for like a rest stop, or
Okay. Yeah, y'all keep going on down the road. And it actually doesn't not too far out from the city. You do actually run across a small not like a small town or anything like that, but there is like a spot where you do see like a gas station just sort of off the side of the. It's more like a truck stop kind of place. Yeah, you see like a truck stop just off the side of the road, and you pull in. There's still a couple of like large semis in there, but yeah, you pull in, and pull up to the pump.
Is there like a little store as well?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's a truck stop. So there's like a store. There was at one point probably like a full on restaurant in there, maybe a casino.
Yeah.
Yeah.
there's like at least 2 different fast food options.
Yeah. There's like 2 fast food options, a casino, and also a diner for some reason. And it's like
Amazing.
I think Frankie's is gonna be like, I'm gonna go and see if I can get some beef jerky or something for the road.
Mhm.
Get
That's
me
a
one of
good
those
idea.
cheesy T-shirts.
Yeah. Okay.
Any
I'm
snacks
gonna
as
look
well.
for- We just we need more snacks.
I mean, we
This-
got
Too much
like
in this case.
food,
Yeah.
but we're here. We could
Yeah.
there's no harm.
I'll go in as well because I really want to find those gas canisters.
Yeah.
I'm getting
That
really
was actually
nervous.
another thing. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Good.
So I'll look for those.
Okay. Good. Let's go.
Okay.
okay.
Ooh.
Am I
Stick.
able to get the pump working?
Hmm?
Like, is it taking credit cards right now, or how? You
Um,
know what I mean?
So the interesting thing is the answer to that question is technically yes, because there is still there's some obviously somewhere there's still power. There's still like a power reserve somewhere. So the pump is currently still working. And yeah, you can. I'll say it's probably not hard for Kit to find some way of at the very least tricking the machine into working basically.
Mhm.
So yeah.
Okay.
Mm.
I'm gonna start filling up the tank as much as I can while they're going in. Then.
Yeah, sounds good.
Yeah, I'll hop out of the car too and like, go to like hang out by like the front of the car while Kit's on the back of the car just to like make sure that they're fine in the, to like look over the hood to make sure that they're fine in the store.
Hey, here. I still have my hand on the pump, and I'm just gonna hand you my knife while you're keeping lookout.
Thanks.
Oh. Teamwork.
You've had this for a long time, right?
Yeah.
I just always see you with it. I was just curious. You don't have to talk about it if you don't want to.
Oh no, it's not like a sentimental. I don't know.
It's cool.
It's makes me feel a little more prepared for shit. So.
Well, having this was definitely more prepared than any of the rest of us was for this. So, you did a good job.
Hey.
that was more of a joke.
No, it's okay. Sorry,
What's up?
Like, what are we even going home to? You know, like I just keep, like I don't know.
I'm trying not to think too hard about that, but yeah, mainly my main objective is just hoping that anyone we know back home is still alive. Anyone.
Well,
But
at
least
maybe the evacuation or whatever actually worked. You know,
yeah, that's true. Maybe,
I guess we should hope we don't find anyone, right?
That's true. Or we could find something about the evacuation and go there. Hopefully they're safe there, and we can reunite with some people. We're kind of stranded. But I'm glad to be stranded with you guys.
It just like still doesn't feel real, you know? Like
No, I don't.
Maybe it's the adrenaline or whatever. I just
No, it feels like we're in a video game. I keep referencing D&D because it feels like we're in D&D and I'm in a terrible nightmare and I'm gonna wake up tomorrow and we're gonna be back at the campsite.
Yeah. Probably should have paid more attention to that.
I know Casey would have wanted you to, but it's okay. It's all good. We're just... I mean, it's a fun thing to do, and I really enjoyed being part of the club, but sometimes, you know, it both feels like it was good preparation and also like I could have done other things to be more prepared, you know, for life. Like this, but also life. So, I don't know. Going. Is the gas working?
Yeah, it's yeah.
Cool. Awesome. Thanks for the knife and for the lighter and being a part of this club.
I feel like you should be the one who's like all prepared. Weren't you like a Girl Scout or some shit?
No, I wasn't a Girl Scout.
Oh, you seem like the type. I'm just saying.
I appreciate
like
that.
No offense. I just
No, it's okay. I'm nerdy. I'm nerdy. I don't know. I mostly was just, you know, I just like making sure that everyone's good and, you know, has stuff going on. But a lot of the time when I was younger, I mostly just like hung out with my friends and tried to make sure that they didn't get in trouble. Weird being the responsible one in a bunch of kids that don't want to be. But I'm sorry if I pulled you into that hug earlier.
As the sort of like that
Awkward silence.
Yep, absolutely. You will
Absolutely.
cut over to as you continue filling the car. Cut over Frankie and Gabby looking around inside this truck stop. It looks honestly pretty untouched. Like it kind of looks like the place was, when everything happened, it looks like this place was mostly empty. You take some steps inside and looking around. I mean, there's definitely signs that people might have left in a hurry, but not like under duress. Not like in the city, right? Like there's not signs of like looting and whatever. Although there do appear to be signs that like people did come here and, clear some shelves, but not in like a super messy kind of way like the store was. But yeah, looking around, there's not much. But you are able to find one gas can.
More than what we had before.
That's perfect. And
Yep.
Beef jerky. I don't know if that's really that important, but a slim. What is that? What they called Slim something?
Slim Jims.
Yeah, Slim Jims. And Twinkies.
Mm-hmm.
And a carton of cigarettes. Uh-oh. Oops.
There we go.
Hey,
So-
listen, I did pick up the habit at some point with a lot of stress before all this. But also, on the other side, we could use them for trade if we ever have to be in that situation, right?
Yeah, let's really add I guess lung cancer doesn't really matter so much when everyone's zombified, right?
Um,
And a bunch of too if they're any lighter. That's enough, sorry.
yeah, I think you're able to find one of those like multi-packs of Bic lighters. Those like really
Okay.
cheap.
Exactly.
Hey, let's do it.
Yeah.
I want the cheapest
buy in
ones, the ones where you
bulk.
can see the butane
Yep,
through the
that's
plastic.
exactly what it is. There's like the multicolored,
Perfect.
like, yeah.
Have you ever thrown one of
Got,
those
like,
on the ground?
flames on 'em?
Hmm.
I have
Or I
not.
had one right here.
They
I don't know where it went.
actually like explode on the ground when you throw them. That's how weak the plastic is. Just a
Let's
good little
use
bit of
that.
information for the zombie
Did they make a
apocalypse.
sound? Yeah.
They do a little bit.
Little poppers.
Yeah, like a
Okay.
popper.
Okay. So Bic lighters, gas
Yeah,
carton.
it's like there's like a
cigarettes.
pack.
Not a bad idea.
There's like a pack of like it's like maybe 6 of them.
Nice.
Yeah.
Is there booze here? Because booze is flammable too.
True.
You know what? Honestly, probably.
Molotovs.
I kind of like this. I like this stop. This is a good stop. I also imagine it's like has a display shelf of like really cheaply made, like ornately made knives,
Yeah.
like at like a
some, like-
rural
Oh
type
my
gas
God.
station.
Yep.
But
Yep.
we're getting those too.
Yeah, it's got like the one that's like garish handle that's got like the American
Yeah.
flag and like an eagle on it and like
Oh,
Terrible. It's absolutely There's like
We're
there's
getting
one
it.
that's like a knife, but like there's like a lighter on the other end, but the lighter never works.
We need two. One that says freedom and one that says liberty.
Yeah. Absolutely. The one Liberty is the one that has the lighter on the end.
Yeah.
Freedom is
Perfect,
just like the
perfect.
fixed blade, like
Yep.
yeah, like fixed blade, real cheap, like kind of thing, like literally like the guard like moves. You,
Yep.
it's like not fully affixed. Yeah, but
Perfect.
a knife is a knife, you know.
Yeah.
Um,
It's true.
yeah. Um, yeah. So you're able to find all of this stuff.
Lots of stuff. So we've got cigarettes for trading, which is not a bad idea. We've got freedom and liberty. Gas cartons.
Booze.
And in terms of the booze, I don't know what proof you really need for this, but probably like whatever sort of moonshine kind of stuff would be in there. That's the level we're looking for.
151 rum.
Yeah, there we go. But then probably like whatever case of frickin' Corona, because we need like the little glass bottles too, probably.
Mm.
Whatever we can
Smirnoff
find.
ice.
Smirnoff.
Are you
Yeah,
just gonna?
ice
No,
Smirnoff.
this is how we're gonna get. This is how we're gonna be the zombies. We're gonna hide some Smirnoffs on their body, and we're gonna ice them. We're
Ice the zombies!
like, what's
Absolutely.
that? Oh, drink. That's how we're gonna beat the zombie.
Good.
Even monsters have to go by the rule of cool.
It's true.
Oh,
It's
yeah.
true.
Yeah.
What else would we be able to find in here
Hmm.
that would be of use?
Actually, I
Let's-
can tell you that Frankie almost certainly happens upon a like not like specialized auto repair kind of like stuff, but like those sort of those like small like tool boxes that you can get that have like the various
Good.
little like yeah
Yeah. Okay.
yeah
Small
You know what
auto
else?
repair.
Mhm.
Mm-hmm.
And thinking about our team as we're walking through here, I'm picking up different hygiene products too.
Yeah.
Yep.
Gonna get some wet ones for sure.
And we're gonna have to stock up on some other things that typically go missing in times of crisis
Mhm.
in stores that people buy up on.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
'Cause who knows how long we're gonna be in this state?
Mhm.
Very good point.
Yeah,
Yeah.
definitely
So-
hygiene is important here.
Hygiene is important.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. So yeah, you're able to find actually quite a lot of the stuff that you weren't like. Obviously, you haven't filled out your list by any stretch, but you're able to like get enough stuff to sort of like get by right now. But yeah.
Okay. In that case, we'll whenever we go back out, we'll just fill up the gas can, gas can, or whatever it is too.
For sure. So like once you get back outside, you all kind of get back together and load up whatever stuff you just got into the van. Yes, Scriv.
Sorry, one more thing.
Uh-huh.
One more thing. I know that there is a way to siphon gas out of other cars. So if you have like the plastic tube thing,
Mhm.
so we can.
So I'm gonna say that you probably you almost certainly have the like tools required. The
Yeah,
question is, do any of you actually know how to do that? This would definitely be a grit situation. So like,
You gotta suck up. You gotta drink a little.
Yeah,
No, I'm
Alright.
just
gotta
kidding.
get
You
the
don't-
flow started.
You gotta get the flow started, but you don't have
Yeah.
to drink a lot. Maybe a little bit might get in my mouth though. I think maybe this will be a thing for Frankie, I guess.
yeah, sure.
I don't mind doing that either, but I
Cool,
don't
awesome.
know if that makes as much sense
It-
for.
I-
I actually, you know what? This would be one of those weird things that Gabby would know.
Yeah, cool. I
Just
love
like-
that.
One of those weird,
Yeah, 100%.
like Reddit thread. You know, spending way too much time on the internet learning weird, random.
I love
stuff.
that.
Yeah. Okay. Sure, for sure. So like, Gabby, I'm gonna say you're able to find a vehicle, one of the trucks nearby. Although I think semis are diesel, aren't they? Do semis run on diesel?
I think so.
I think
think
that's.
so.
I honestly think that might be the only vehicles that are still around. honestly, I don't know if I believe that. I think there's probably at least one small car that's like around that you can find, and yeah, you
We've
just
passed so many of them that are broken down and
Mhm.
crashed. There's got to be some leftover fuel in those tanks.
yeah, yeah. So yeah,
Some of
you're
them
able to
anyway.
you go to one, and just like looking at it, you kind of like tap the side of it and open up the tank and just start feeding the tube down into it, and like the rest of you watching Gabby just like well, no big
My
deal.
hand is still on the pump filling up the car.
Yeah.
I'm like, what is she doing?
Scriv, go ahead and give me a grit roll here.
Hey,
You,
what do I need for it?
I think for this, you're honestly just gonna need you're just gonna need like a 7 on this one.
I'm taking that halfway point.
Okay.
10.
Yeah.
I'm
so-
not risking it. I've had 2 ones tonight.
Yep.
Fair.
Fair.
Yeah, you just sort of finally get it going and just
Yep.
and starts like filling up the.
I spit it into the tank. I'm not
Yep.
wasting any.
Nice.
Yep.
No,
you just
Frankie's
start-
like, that's good. Nice. Where'd you learn? Wow. Where'd you learn that?
You learn everything on the internet. You know that.
Oh, I guess so.
You
Yeah.
didn't know about coffee?
Why am I looking up how to chug coffee? That's not a useful skill.
How fair.
It's a cool skill. It's cool. It's impressive. But
You know the pump is working, right?
yeah, but you're filling up the tank. Waste not, want not.
Okay.
And just Maisel just like, bleh.
I mean, this car doesn't need it anymore.
Ew.
But yeah.
Did y'all happen to grab any energy drinks or anything in there?
Oh, I'm sure.
In your haul?
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
I feel like I'm just gonna like
we got
grab
your
one out of
Monster
the.
Bang Power Bowls. We got Alligatorade. We've got.
It's just gonna open one while she's waiting for the car
got-
to finish filling up.
Okay. Yeah.
Oh.
Crockade.
Crockade. Yep.
And we got Red Elephant and
Yeah.
some other animal.
It just takes a few minutes to like kind of finish up and fill up, but before that, before long, y'all are ready to be on the road.
Yes.
So, the thing that strikes you as you're out here is just how like there's nothing but the sound of the crickets out here. You can hear the sound sort of distantly, the sounds of like sort of like wind over the hills, just sort of like the light breeze of the night. But yeah, you load up into the van and continue on. Let me ask you one quick question before we wind up or wind down here. Do y'all stop or do you just drive through the night?
I thought we were driving through the night, but sleeping in shifts.
Mm-hmm. I was thinking that like 2 people would like the front, like someone drives and then someone sits in the front and then 2 people sleep and then we switch.
Okay, sounds good.
I'll
So
keep
yeah,
driving for now since I just had an energy drink.
fair enough.
Fair.
So, as y'all drive through the night, there's Kit, your mind kind of wanders a bit, and you find yourself thinking about the past, and it's the night of the party, Kit. It's a few hours earlier. And you are sort of sitting at the dining room table in your home, books open in front of you, and you hear footsteps outside as the door opens, kind of like the door to the trailer opens, and you look up to see like your mom stepping inside, looking just absolutely exhausted, as she walks over to, she just kind of like throws her bag and keys down onto the kind of like this one of the chairs, and just beelines for the fridge, opening it up, and just pulls out a bottle, opens it up, and just sort of sits down. And she just takes a drink. She says, "Shitty day." She just takes another drink. She says, "It's just and it's." I mean, I don't know how they expect us to work under those conditions. I mean, it's just, and you like she without like no preamble, just sort of like launches into just like her usual round of complaints about anything from the work to the manager to her coworkers to just the random passerby, on the sidewalk. Just kind of launches into it.
I sit there and just kind of like nod and just keep working on my homework.
Mm-hmm. And yeah, you kind of like tune her out as you often do, as she just kind of goes on and on and on. Um, only coming back when she says, "You know what I mean, Kit?"
Yeah.
She says, "What are you what are you even doing?" She says, "I can't believe, like, you know what? The one thing that I go out there and I just work and I work and I work and I come back here, and the one thing that I want is just to have somebody to like." I hold all this shit in all day. The one thing that I want is just to have somebody to come back and listen to what I have to say, and you can't even be
I'm
bothered to do that.
listening. No, I'm listening.
Yeah, whatever. She just stands up, says, I'm gonna hit the sack. And she just walks into the other room. You can see as she just like she closes the door to the room. And that moment, there's a little notification on your phone as you look down, and you can see it's from Jared Johnson. It says, "Hey, you coming tonight?"
Look around at the like messy kitchen and the empty fridge. And I like finish writing something. And then I pick up my phone. Yeah, what time?
And we cut back to the present, as you, Kit, continue driving down this highway, this stretch of highway at night, thinking about those past moments, sort of in the context of the world as it is now. It's hard. It's hard, even now, after only the first day of this. It's hard to remember a time when that was your life, and how small it all feels. And I think as you continue driving down the road in the night, the camera kind of zooms out as the car continues on down the road. And that is where we're going to stop. All right. Well, everybody,
Oh boy.
thanks for coming and catching episode 2 of Tomorrow is Dead. We will be back next week here on YouTube.
Yes.
I almost said Twitch, but it's not on Twitch. It's on YouTube. So we'll see you next week. And if not, though, we'll see you the next time you decide to come roll with us. Good night and good zone, everybody.
Bye.